What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Regular Guys podcast. We got a good buddy of mine now, I'd say recently. But if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Tyler Provost.
All right. And Tyler is a native from our hometown that we're in. And he is a TV superstar. He's a baseball superstar. And just overall a good guy that I've got to know a little bit better in, I would say, like the last 6 months on social media, 6 months to maybe a little under a year.
Yeah.
And it's crazy what social media could do in the positive aspect of things like that, I always say, because you see a lot of the negative aspects of it and, where it puts people's mental health at. But I'd say more recently, with the things that I've seen on social media has been all like the algorithms actually working to positivity. And it's pushing me towards people like you that are still close, but we had never met each other. Today was actually the first day that we met when Tyler got here. He pulled up and we said, like, finally, nice to meet in person, So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it shows like it's cool that we could come together and you put your trust in me to actually show up and not get ambushed or anything.
I figured we had enough mutual friends to where they would have stopped me from that.
Yeah. They would be like, no, don't go to that house.
He's not a good guy.
This is what happened the last time. But so you're a native of the hometown. You grew up here. Tell us a little bit about your backstory.
Oh man.
And you could go as long as you want. We got nothing but time. So
Well, I've lived here 34 years. Attended local high school, Hollister High. Grew up playing baseball. Super sheltered growing up. Dad was a cop. Mom was a stay-at-home wife.
mm-hmm.
So like she just took us to all our sporting events. So I got to play baseball year round. It was a blessing because I eventually played quote unquote pro baseball, like really low level. But yeah, I grew up here. Graduated, went to Gavilan College, continued playing baseball, got a scholarship to play at a 4-year, got a degree, and then joined law enforcement. It's not a super crazy background story. My life has been super simple my entire life, and that's kind of how it is growing up in Hollister.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much to do. There's trouble to get into, but like that's why our sports are so good because like our athletes are playing year round.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Awesome.
So.
And that's, there's no fault to you, right? Because your parents did exactly what everybody says they want to do for their kids.
Yeah.
They kept you in line. They provided a place to play sports. They provided a safe home, a good home.
Yeah.
And I just learned right before, you have never drank alcohol and you have never smoked anything.
I've never done anything like that.
So
I've taken my fitness seriously since late teens started working out. And like we were saying, I was never the best athlete, but I was the one who was like in the best shape. And so like that drew eyes to me to get like, I guess, recruited to the next level.
Yeah.
Because I attracted attention because I looked good in the uniform. So it was a blessing. I'm sure I missed out on experiences with people like parties and whatnot. But like I was always like, if we had downtime, I'd be at the batting cage or I'd be taking ground balls or something like that. So I missed out on some of the younger stuff, the college stuff, but it was all worth it in the end.
Oh, for sure.
And it kept me out of trouble.
And not a lot of people could say that they've done what you have done. And that's, like I said, I was like, congrats to you too. When we're talking about not drinking, and I haven't been drinking for a few months now, or 8 months now. And I said, congratulations. You said, for what? And I said, well, because you've done something that not a lot of people, are able to do nowadays. So,
yeah. And like people are like, well, like, why not now? Like, you're not playing sports. But it's like, I've gone 34 years without doing it. Like, I don't see a need for it.
What now? Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I feel it. And that's, like I said, major kudos to you for that. And a lot of people will point fingers and say like, oh, this person has had a cookie cutter life or a perfect life. They never had any issues. that they had to go through. And I'm sure there's plenty of issues that you went through with your family, even though there was a good upbringing. But like to go back to it with my kids now, I hope that I could do something like that. And my child will one day be talking about, the upbringing that was presented to them that allowed them to do and give them a safe space to grow into a mature adult.
What was that?
Someone outside, probably some kids outside, but I was like, wait, what the? But, and I was actually just talking to my buddy that came out to work out today. And because my wife is always like, after hearing some things that you went through in childhood, she's like, I never had to worry about when my next meal was going to be, all the little things, she's like, my parents did as much as they could to make sure that we were in a good situation. They weren't rich by any means, but they weren't living in poverty by any means either. They always had everything. They always had food. They always had ways of transportation. And she's like, I feel sometimes when I hear people's stories, like I feel like they judge me because I had no real issues coming up. And I'm like, and I told her that is a them problem. It's not a you problem. You can't be upset that your parents did for you what we want to do for our baby girl, our son, soon to be son, So it's always cool to hear that. And it did take me a while. Like as a kid, I didn't really have much. And I grew up in Morgan Hill, which is not very, it's not a real poor place. But I always had friends that were like, we'd come back from break and they'd be like, where'd you go? What'd you do for break? And I was like, we just ran around on the ranch, played football, hung out with my uncles and played some video games maybe. And they're like, oh, we went to Lake Tahoe. And I would always be like, man, these kids are so lucky. But it just shows, their parents did do that to prepare them for those moments and to give their children what they wanted. And that's exactly what I wanted when I was a little kid. I was like, when I grow up, I want to make sure that I'm able to do these little fun things. Not that it's necessary, like completely necessary, but it is like a little boost of like, hey, what we're doing it not only right, but we're having a little fun with it too, So.
Yeah. You said something a couple of minutes ago. So like growing up, I wouldn't say easy life. There was no like difficulties. There was no traumas, no nothing. Like I had opportunities easier than a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And the difference is that I capitalized on them. Yeah. So like, it wasn't like just handed, but like it's there. And like, I realized that and like just took full advantage of it. Yeah. And I get a lot of people don't have all those opportunities. And like, again, like the same stuff that you're doing for you and your family, like you want to create an easy life for your kids. Like I looked out to where my parents did that for me. Mm-hmm. And like the bar is so high with what my parents did. Like when I eventually have kids, like I got to try to match that now, like, so.
And or exceed it too. Yeah, as hard as it is, I believe that with the determination you've showed in just the aspects of sports and career and friendships that you display daily, I think a kid's going to be lucky to have you as a father one day. So
I hope so too. Like, we'll get there one day.
Yeah. Baby steps. But do you want to crack these monsters? I know you've
Let's do it, dude.
But
I haven't reached my daily monster intake for the day yet.
Well, let's get it started then. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Have you had this one yet?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure, yeah. I remember like when they first dropped, it was like the hunt to find them.
Yeah.
And it's a little harder when you're in a jail and you can't leave to go get energy drinks.
When I hit you up earlier, I said, what kinds do you have? You said the best kind.
Are the only kind that matters.
Exactly.
Right? Good old USA. And I think there's only been one episode where I wasn't repping USA, so I'm gonna keep the streak going.
There you go.
But so you call it Hollister High? Is it Hollister High or San Benito High?
Okay, so now it's Hollister High, but you're new here, so you probably only know it as Hollister High. I went to San Benito High.
That's why I said it, San Benito.
Okay, yeah. So, but I was just trying to be correct in case you have new people here who are like, what's San Benito High?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to inform the new ones on old history so that you could appreciate and respect because I have had some people, I'll be walking around, they're like, oh, how long have you been living here? I'm like, oh, and now 6 years. But this conversation I remember from a few years ago. Like, oh, you're some of the new people that are coming in here. I was like, hey, I'm one of the good ones you ain't got to worry about. Like, I grew up in San Martin on a small farm town and on a ranch too. So I know exactly what you mean about these new people. And then he's like, I respect that.
Yeah, there you go, dude. But, yeah, you're one of us, just a little bit from the northern side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So San Benito, you only played baseball? Or did you?
I only played baseball.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your position is center field?
No, I was a utility guy.
Oh, okay.
Mostly third and first, but just whatever was going to get me in the lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like it also in high school, it just kind of depended on who was pitching too. Cause like our pitchers were throwing 90 miles an hour, like junior and senior year, like insane.
Yeah.
And so like we had a first baseman who would pitch and I would play first, and a third baseman who would pitch. When he'd pitch, I'd play third. And then like if they were both in the lineup, I'd play like second or outfield or something like that.
Yeah.
So just like I learned everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it kept me in the lineup, which is fine.
Yeah, that's good.
It's all the same stuff.
And Hollister, have you guys always been good here in San Benito?
Yeah. Since I started playing, yeah. We had an 8th grade travel team who was playing against like varsity teams.
Dang.
And like now there's rules for CCS because like we were doing stuff like that. But like we'd go out and practice with the high school like during the summer.
Yeah.
And like that's why we would just dominate because we were all on the same page.
It's like we've already been playing against this talent pool.
Yeah.
We're prepared for that.
And we already knew all the plays. We were all on the same page. And like you could call guys up from JV to varsity, freshmen, all that. And like they would understand. Like,
interchangeable.
Yeah, exactly. Just the high school coach was so good with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why there's so many rules now with CCS. Like you could only practice X amount of hours and this time and whatnot because we're just dominating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I even see it with softball. Like, I'd always say, I want my kids to go to Live Oak too. But if my kids are good athletes, I would very well push them if we're still here,
Oh yeah. The softball team here is amazing.
Like number one, like top 5 in the nation.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's impressive. And like, that's Hollister. And like people want to build a second high school. Yeah. And like, so like, I get it. Cause like, so when I was I can say, cause I don't work here no more and I don't have a problem saying it. I was an SRO here for a couple weeks cause our normal SRO was out. And like, it's like a whole city there.
For
like,
the PD too, not the SRO for the sheriff's office.
No, for the PD. Yeah.
No private dinners.
So yeah, I was the fill-in SRO, and it's like there's fights after fights after fights, and like kids are bringing weapons to school, and it's like that's insane.
Yeah,
and it, like obviously, like a lot of people don't hear about it because it's so big.
They want to keep it.
Yeah, and it's so big, like you don't hear all the gossip and stuff. But like it's its own like city there.
Yeah.
But like so going back, people want a second high school, and I get it for the safety, but then the athlete in me is like, no. Yeah. Because like they play all the teams in Salinas, and there's like 7 or 8 high schools over there. Yeah. And it's just all watered down.
No, it really is.
But I mean, it gives everybody an opportunity, which is like I promote. But then again, I'm like, I'm here to win.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like you want to keep the ones with the ones. You don't want 5 ones on one team and then the 5 ones on the other team, and then you got a bunch of scrubs to fill in those extra spots that are out there. You don't even have to tell me that because I'm from Morgan Hill.
Oh yeah, because when they opened up Sobrato,
I feel like Sobrato ruined everything. Yeah. And a lot of the kids that I played Pop Warner with, they were like, "Oh, my parents want me to go to this new school. It's new. Everything's new. Let's go there." And I was like, "Fuck that school, man." I'll still say it. Fuck Sobrato.
Oh man.
And it's like it's just
the acorns, dude.
Exactly. My wife went to Sobrato too, so it's
really?
It's like, oh yeah, you went to the school where all the weird stoners doing drugs. She's like, what are you talking about? Live Oak did the same exact thing. I'm like, well, I didn't know.
But those were my stoners.
Yeah. and like I said, I was a square in high school too. I did the athlete stuff, and I was always constantly trying to make sure that I wasn't doing the wrong things. And I really didn't. I actually never smoked anything in my life either. So I've never smoked weed. I've never smoked cigarettes. anything like that. But the alcohol, I did start dabbing into it at like, when I was around 18 or so. And then, but recently gave it up again. And I have no signs of looking back, now with it. So it's not a bad thing.
Oh, it's good.
But high school is way different nowadays from what I remember. Like you said, the weapons, there's like way more, like my little cousins that were in high school after me were telling me about kids that they were going to school with, like doing cocaine at school and doing all this. I'm like, what? Are like smoking weed in like 5th and 6th grade. I'm like, dude, I didn't even know, like, I didn't even know how to get access to, I mean, I did because my mom, my mom and stepdad would smoke every single day. And that's why I never smoked because I hated it. But I'm like, these kids, how do you, at that young age, how do you even, make that happen?
And like, what even interests you in that?
Yeah. And now it's social media and you see all these people doing X, Y, and Z and they're like, oh, this person does it. Why can't I,
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate side of social media.
Yeah. I just wanted to play baseball at that age and then go home at night and play video games. Like that was literally, that was my biggest concern, dude. Like I'd never wanted to smoke weed or smoke coke or anything like that at that age.
No, for sure. And even now, like thinking of what it would do to like a normal person's body, it's like a child's body, it would ruin it even earlier. Right?
Yeah.
And with your line of work and with me, I see the people freaking front and center and you're taking the dudes there. It's like, you've seen what drugs have done to people that have started at young ages, and it's usually nothing ever good. And it's usually harder to come back from that than it is to, stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so you did 4 years there. Did you get a scholarship or did you walk on anywhere or what did you do?
I went to Gav after.
Okay.
After high school.
Yeah. Tyler Ertle.
Yes. Okay. You know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So like I said,
shout out to Tyler too. He actually has some big news coming out. I'll let him
that
speak
Tyler,
about
right?
that, but
that Tyler, not this Tyler.
No, Tyler Ertle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I got to hit him up. He hit me up a couple weeks ago, but so like I said, I was a utility guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I pitched a little bit in high school. Like I was a closer. I got a couple saves. I didn't throw like super hard, but like I could throw strikes. So eventually went to Gav. I caught my first year, like every pitch. I was the only catcher. So, and then the next year, Tyler Ertle shows up, and then another catcher from LA. And I ended up converting back to a third baseman / first baseman. And then I ended up being in the pitching rotation. And so every time I would pitch, Tyler Ertle would be my catcher. Like he was the only guy that caught for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's funny that you bring that up because you work with him now.
Yeah.
And he was my catcher back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So small world, dude.
Yeah. I think that's, he would always be like, oh, my boy Tyler, my boy Tyler. And I'm like, I don't know who this. And then he's like, oh, he's been on Live PD.
Oh man.
So that's how I was like, I would see him like, oh yeah, this guy's from, like when you got hired with Hollister, I didn't know you at that point, but I remember seeing, like, oh, I think this is the guy from Live PD, and I sent it to him, and he was like, yeah, that's him.
Yeah,
like,
that's funny, dude. I love that. I love that he's still at the hype for me, dude.
Oh yeah, he loves you, bro.
That's my boy.
He'll talk you up for sure.
I love it.
But yeah, so you went to Gav straight out of high school.
Yeah. Did 2 years there. Got an AA in sports med. From there, got a scholarship to this small Christian school, NAIA in Oakland. But like they had money.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the agreement, like with my parents. They're like, hey, like you have to either play sports or get a job. And they're like, if you get like a good enough scholarship, like we'll cover the rest so you don't have to get student loans.
Mm-hmm.
And like the school was called Patton University. It's like the building's still there, but they got bought out because like all these athletes were getting like full rides. It was just baseball, softball, and then like people who were studying like Christianity.
Yeah.
So it was like that was all they had. And so like athletes were all getting full rides. And so like, yeah, of course I'm going to take that. And it's an hour and a half drive.
Yeah.
If that. So like obviously I lived up there, but I'd come back on the weekends. It was like the most convenient thing ever. But because all the athletes had full rides, the school actually like ran out of funding. And so they got bought out by this like online program. So from there I transferred to a school called Simpson University in Reading.
Mm-hmm.
Same division, NAIA, similar idea, but they had like all the sports except like football.
Yeah.
And so it's like all athletes and then like people studying Christianity. And like you have to go to chapel and stuff three times a week. It was like, it's fine. But I got a very hefty scholarship there as well. And I got a missed call from the coach from up there who I had, because we're boys. We actually are talking about doing our own podcast.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, it's like he got the coaching job up there when he was like 25 years old, because he was like the strength and conditioning coach, and then the head coach ended up being the mayor of the city. And so he's like, hey, I can't do it anymore. And like they had nobody else, and the season was coming up.
He's like, I trust.
He's like, all right, I'll take it. So it was like a kid leading a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
But dude, learned a ton of stuff from that guy, like life lessons. I learned more about life than I did about baseball with him. Yeah. And like we still talk about that, you know. It's cool. That's why we want to do like our own little podcast, because all the lessons he's taught. And so and then eventually, so I got my degree from Simpson, bachelor's degree, business management. Eventually, when I became a cop when I became a cop a couple years in, decided to go back to school online through CSUMB. Yeah. And I got a master's.
Oh, okay.
No idea why. Just because like as a man, like when you run out of like stuff to like strive for, like you just make stuff up.
What's
like,
next?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to get a master's degree. And I was like, yeah, did it. And I was like, yeah.
And what's your master's in?
Instructional science and technology.
See, I don't even.
It sounds super fancy, but it's like, so like you guys have like the online trainings where that Post has. So like for the capstone project, I made one of those. It wasn't nearly as nice, but like I made it. Yeah. Yeah. And it's a bunch of it's like the idea of the master's program was like understanding like different teaching and learning like techniques, and like how to use technology to like teach. Okay. And so like, yeah, it was interesting. Yeah. And like we made like this was just before, can we talk about the pandemic, or are you going to get canceled? No. I don't want you to get canceled, dude, but it was just before pandemic. Yeah. It was just before COVID. And like one of the classes, like we were creating like those online modules that like the kids were like using to like for class. Yeah. And like at one point I was like, dude, I know how to do this. Like screw being a cop. Like it's tough to be a cop right now. Yeah. Cause everything that was going on, like, dude, I can make some money off of this. Yeah. But like I had too much fun being a cop after all, you know? Yeah. So.
And then it's just like, do I really want to sit at a desk and do
no,
X,
exactly. That's why I became a cop. Yeah. But the idea was there, like I could do this. Like
no,
it's not
for
hard.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's a cool skill to have, because I'm sure it's helped in your career too. When like, you know, you being a part of a training program, or you being the guy and they're asking like, hey, I want you to make something for these guys that we want to teach X, Y, and Z. And you're like, oh, I know how to do this. And it's not just a regular death by PowerPoint. Yeah. You're like, I can freaking incorporate some cool things.
Yeah. And like, well, like you also have to learn like the different learning modalities and stuff. And like, it's helped me as like an FTO. Mm-hmm. Cause like I can teach stuff, but like, it's not a matter of if I can teach it, it's teaching it to where they understand it. Yeah. You know? So it's like, it's fun. Yeah. It's cool. It's a challenge.
No, that's cool. Yeah. And the fact that you're open-minded though, and you could see that for what it is, you know, says a lot about you too.
Yeah, no, like that's why you get paid to be an FTO.
Yeah.
And like, cause you got to figure how to get them to learn.
How is this person going to be the best partner for the department? Mm-hmm. And that's what, I mean, I teach, I'm a trainer, I would say a JTO, we call them. For the jails too. And I just started doing that maybe like a year and a half ago. And my whole reason why people are like, why'd you wait this long? It's like, because I've always liked teaching at a peer aspect. I always felt like the newer guys would look to a peer, and there's like a little bit of like sense of relief if that person's letting like, hey bro, you got to do X, Y, and Z, or do this. I want like here, this is probably what your TO wants out of you. You should probably try this. And I've always liked it at a peer level. But then when I started doing the actual training stuff, like you said, it's like I remembered what I loved about being trained when I was on the training program. And that's what I try to incorporate. And I always tell them like, bro, you could be a good deputy, but you got to be an even better partner. And that's what I really do preach. I'm like, if something's going on here, that's not really like, doesn't really matter, but your partner needs you. It's like your partner 100% of the time, all the time. You know, if we got downtime, we're going to go pick up, you know, some slack for our partners and try to do as much as we can. I've carried that mentality like my whole career, and it's gotten me good places. You know, I'm having fun. Like you said, you're having fun on your job again. Like I remember when I got switched to main jail downtown, it's like everything like started coming back, and I was like having fun again. And I'm like, I've been telling my wife, I was like, I like actually enjoy going to work right now, and we have a really good team that I'm a part of right now, with a lot of like-minded fathers and, you know, athletes and, you know, coworkers, and we're all freaking. It makes it easier to go to bat with somebody that you know is going to go to bat for you too. You know.
Yeah. No, I totally get that, and I was thinking on the way here, because I saw my partner lives in this neighborhood. My old beat partner lives in this neighborhood. And I was like, damn, like they were one of my best partners, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had that thought running through my mind as I came 4 more blocks after passing the house, you know?
Yeah. And it's cool. And it's stuff like that you remember, right? And I hope everyone that I've ever trained, and you could probably say the same, it's like, I hope one day they look back and they're like, damn, this is exactly what you told me. And I just did it because that's what, you know, you revert to training in bad situations. And if you could lead someone to success through your training, I bet it, you know, one day it's going to make someone feel good, and they're going to hit you up, and then you're going to feel good.
Oh yeah.
Like, damn. Oh, you remember that? Like, what the hell? I was freaking 2 hours of sleep. I didn't know what I was saying that day. You know?
Yeah, no, you're right. You gotta teach them and train them to basically take your job next.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the goal. And then they're going to teach it to the next guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
All in good faith.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's awesome. So that COVID, when did you start your first department? Your first department was Salinas, and
September 1st, 2015.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were at the time that you got your master's, you were already four-ish years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
and that's in once you look back at it, that's pretty new still to me. Like,
yeah. No, exactly.
You know.
I was a new guy, and I guess the purpose of it, and I don't know how they have it in the jail, but like like you get certificates. You get the basic, intermediate, and advanced. So with the master's, you get your advanced in 4 years, and like that's a pay bump.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life.
Nice.
And so I was like, yeah, might as well do it now. So I got it at the 4 year mark, got my advanced post at 4 years, and like I get to keep that the rest of my career.
Mm-hmm. And
is it worth it? I don't know.
Is it like a 7-ish%, or is it?
I want to say it's 7.5.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Not
then
bad.
You don't got to worry about
it. Adds up.
So we have that stuff for us is like a CIP, and I don't know. I don't have a degree because my circumstances were different, and I was like, I can't afford school, and somehow I wasn't receiving financial aid, even though my parents were making dirt money. Like, I'm like, how are all my friends' parents, like, you know, they have nice ass houses and stuff, and they're all financial aid, and me, I didn't qualify for it. How? Like, what the heck? Like, to this day, I still don't know why, but whatever, happened for the right reasons. But we have like a career incentive program where we get, I think like the first step is like 2%, and then 5%, and then 7.5%, same kind of concept. So I think because I'll be on for 9 years in February, I'll be able to get the 7.5% now. But yeah, I know post is a lot different than what we have, but
similar idea though.
So 4 years, you got your master's. You worked for Salinas for how long?
8 years.
8?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then that's when you came to town?
Here. Yeah, I came to town. Give back to my community that helped raise me. Mm-hmm. Awesome experience, honestly. I wish it worked out. Just some things just don't work out. Yeah. But it was cool giving back to like the community. Yeah. Like I remember like when they Park Hill, when they opened up the little Little League field up there, and they had like the giant I forgot who it was, but they had somebody from the Giants come out, one of the pitchers, and then the announcer lady. I don't know why I forgot her name. Like I have pictures with both of them. But I went out there because I was a baseball guy, and like they let me go out there on duty, and I ran into one of the guys who used to umpire back in the day. Oh, okay. And like he's like older now, and like he's got some health issues, and like he looked at me, he's like, Provost, And I was like, yeah. Like, and, I said what's up to him, gave him a hug, and he started crying. And it's like,
Damn.
it's cool to see like
The impact
coming back, you
Yeah.
know, and then like, people calling in for like help, and like you show up and like they see a familiar face, and all of a sudden like they can calm down, and like even though they're dealing with like one of the most traumatic experiences of their life, like they see a familiar face, and like it's like, okay, I'm gonna be good. Yeah. Like it was an awesome experience.
I went to school with him. He was like the man. Like I'm gonna.
Or like, dude, it was almost a cheat code, because like you show up at this absolutely chaotic scene, and people are like, I mean, it's not cool to like the police these days, so people are like mother effing you.
Yeah.
And like you'll recognize somebody in the crowd, and they'll be like, oh, hold on, hey, that's Provost. Like, no, like he's good. Like let him talk. And it's like that. It's a cool experience, dude.
Yeah.
And like it comes down to like just being a good person, like my whole life here, and like being cool to everybody.
It all comes full circle, and those are those like full circle moments that you hopefully I hope you continue to get, which I know you will. But it's like that's just constant full circle moments where you're like, oh, this you could relate to something that happened like earlier on in life, and then it comes full circle, and then you're like, oh, this is like kind of cool that you see it, and you get to see it,
and it's a cool experience, like especially this career that I'm doing, like and I don't know if you experience this, because you're super open on social media. You're probably easy to find, like I am too, but like every couple months I'll get a random like message. It'll be like in my hidden section on IG, and they'll be like, hey, like you probably don't remember me, but like you came to my house here, and like this is what happened. Like you completely changed my life. Like I'm clean. I just ran into a guy at the gym the other day. He just got out of prison, and I mean he was on a downward spiral. Did some things. One of the cops got hurt during the incident, and like he ended up going to prison, and like he came out, and he's going back to the gym. Like he was never in shape, but like he's changing his life.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I've been clean for X amount of months. Like, thank you so much. Like just for listening. Cause like it wasn't the first time we had dealt with him, but like, I knew who he was before that. And I had watched the downward spiral, and he's like, no, like you were always there. Like whenever I called, whenever somebody called, like you would hear me out. You'd let me vent. Like it's super appreciative.
Yeah.
So like I get stuff like that in my DMs all the time. And it's like, that's why we do this. Like I signed up for this so I didn't sit behind a desk. But like now that I'm like getting older, and like I've already experienced all the door kicking and the high speed chases, like it's still fun, don't get me wrong. But like the ultimate goal is like making a positive impact in somebody's life.
In the community, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and that's cool because, you do, I mean, I feel like that's where it's gravitating toward. And I feel like police, there's going to be those bad apples or those bad interactions that happen, and you might even have a bad interaction, not on purpose, but because of the person of how they're treating you. And sometimes you have to kick it into a different level, and that's just how that's how work goes sometimes. But I feel like the overall people just wanting to get into law enforcement to actually be kind of somewhat better people, I think I see it a lot more now than I have when I was like growing up and stuff too. So I don't know if it's just me that sees stuff like that, or if you see it because you're working on the streets directly. But I hope there is more people like you with that mindset going there, because like we were talking about earlier before we started, like I've had family and cousins, good friends go in and out of jail. And some of them haven't accepted like that they need a change, but some of them have accepted. And there's a lot of stories that I hear, and they're like, damn, bro, like when I went to jail, like I never want to go again. And I don't know why the hell, like I know I messed up, and it's just the people taking accountability for it, but it's having like those positive interactions with people like you that will make a difference, or will want to make people like snap out of, that cycle or that spiral that they're going down.
Yeah. Yeah. Help. You got to help be the change.
Yeah. And I haven't really got DMs from anybody, but I've definitely seen people out in public, and I remember when I first started, I was telling she was my fiance at the time. Like when I first started, I was like, babe, if we ever see anyone at the store and I say this, you got to go that way. And then I'm going to run over here. And then like the times that I have seen like people that I've seen that from jail, they'll be like, hey, Campos? And I'm like, yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh man, like, and I'm like, oh, it looks like you're doing good. You're not in jail, obviously. And they're like, yeah. And I remember one guy, we were at Target in Gilroy, and he's like, bro, this is my family. These are my daughters. This is my wife. And I said, remember what I always told you, right? Like, that's the reason why you shouldn't be in jail. You got to be with your family, bro. And that's what matters. These dudes telling you to do push-ups and fucking pay up, every week is not,
Yeah.
it's like if you wanted to go to boys camp, you should have went when you were a kid, man.
Yeah.
Like, you don't got to be around these grown-ass dudes this whole time. Or I always tell the younger kids too in jail, I'm like, when you're like 18, 19 years old, I'm like, bro, when I was that age, I was looking about like what girls I could try to talk to. Like, you shouldn't be over here hanging out with grown ass dudes that look like they don't work out. They don't do anything.
Yeah.
They're in and out of jail their whole life. I'm like, you just got to break this, you got to try to break the cycle. I tell people that all the time, but like, I feel like, the way I've worked, I honestly never really had like those negative interactions. Just because I have like a little chip of knowing, how it works, and seeing family go in and out definitely gave me that perspective too. So
yeah, you brought up a good point about like the young kids getting into like criminal activities.
mm-hmm.
And like, you would think like, what are you doing? You're so young. But then like, I don't know if you ever have these conversations with guys, but some of them, they're like, hey, like my family has nothing. And like these guys, it's quick money.
Yeah.
Like they give me a gun, tell me to go out and rob a couple people. I bring in $2,000 for 4 or 5 robberies at gunpoint. And like, I'm wearing a mask, so like, I'm not going to get ID'd. And it's like, yeah, I get a cut of that. And like, now we can eat. And it's like, wow.
Yeah. It's like the
interesting
by any means possible. Right.
Yeah. And like I get it.
Yeah.
I don't agree with what they're doing, but like, I get it.
You get where and why they're coming from that. Like you could see it for what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, in my younger days of being a cop, I was like, no way. But like now that I'm older, it's like, dude, it's hard. Life is hard,
mm-hmm.
And like you get these families who have like both parents working 2 to 3 jobs, and then like they have like uncle and aunt assisting with the house, and they both have 2 or 3 jobs. And like kids are going to work at 15, 16 years old, and it's like they're still barely getting by. Yeah. And like you feel for them, dude. Mm-hmm. So like I get it. Like I don't agree with it, but I get it.
Yeah. And like sometimes them getting in trouble, it does take them to realize like, hey, you know what, I should actually just get a job and try to invest in the proper ways of doing things right. And it's cool to hear that from someone like you, because you're dealing with it firsthand and you know exactly what you're seeing, and you could see the perspective of everything, right? You could see the other side, because a lot of people, like you said, when you first start, you're like, no, these kids are fucking.
Yeah, no, I would just run and gun and want to take people to jail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then like you like, again, my job is just being a therapist for a lot of people. They just want to talk.
Yeah.
And so like when somebody's going to talk, like this is your time to hear them out.
Yeah.
Like, let's hear it, dude. How can I help you? And mm-hmm. like some people just vent. And like hearing those stories, it's like,
damn, that's the cards that they were dealt.
Yeah.
Right? And then, I mean, maybe they're playing a bad hand for too long, and then they end up getting wrapped up. But when you hear that some of these kids are just trying to provide, be a another income for that, 8 person household that is still managing to live paycheck to paycheck in a world where everything's so expensive and crazy. And I feel like money is very evil. And what it makes people do is very evil. And that's why I'd say over the last probably 2 or 3 years, I've tried to do everything that I can to stay away from making more money.
Wow.
And a lot of people are like, and we have our normal debt that we're in, and we don't have college debt. We don't have crazy car debt. We have a little bit of our credit card debt. But it's nowhere where we're, struggling to get by.
Yeah.
And I'm very fortunate for that, because money has always brought me a negative feeling. I feel like the first time I ever had a credit card, I went to get my eyes checked because I wear contacts. I went to get my eyes checked, and the doctor was like, "Oh, we need to get you glasses. You don't have health insurance that covers the glasses, so you're gonna have to pay for it out of pocket." And at that time, I think my credit card, my limit. This was when I was like 18 or 19. It was $300.50. So, and I was like, okay, well, how much are the glasses going to be? And they're like, it's going to be around like $300. And then I was like, oh, okay, I just have to pay for them. They're going to think I'm like, but I need glasses. So I remember I paid for them, and then I went to my car and I called my mom, sobbing, crying, like, "Mom, my credit card's about to be maxed out already. Like, I don't know what I'm making $8 an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm paying for everything. My mom made me pay for my gas, my insurance, my registration, everything. I had to pay for everything. Anything that I wanted, I had to pay for. I was paying rent at home. And I was like, okay. I was like crying, and my mom's like, she was like, "Isaiah," she's like, "I want you to listen to me." And I'm like, okay, what? My mom usually doesn't say that. My mom would just yell at me. So I'm crying, and she knows something's wrong, obviously, right? I normally don't cry. I would try not to cry, right? She's like, "Isaiah, like, money is going to be made again. Like, it's not the end of the world. You're going to make this money, and you're going to pay it off, and then you're going to, buy something else. And then you're going to pay that off eventually.
And then you're going to cry when you buy that too."
Yeah, right. And then, so that really stuck with me. Like, she was like, what you have to do is make sure that all your bills are paid. And that's what it's been like my whole life. I've never really been, I think I have maybe one missed payment, and it's because like I just forgot. And I was like, oh no, that's going to ruin my, I didn't even count against me. So I'm like, all right, cool. But, yeah, recently it's just like, I've really seen, like, we had like mandatory overtimes for like 5 straight years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, 2 a pay period. So it's like those 3 and 4 days off that you're supposed to have, never getting them, right? So then, when I moved over to main jail, there wasn't like really, a shortage of staffing because it's a smaller facility. So I think it went from November to June. I didn't work 1 overtime shift.
Wow.
We had like 2 trainings, I think, that were like mandatory trainings. But other than that, I had my full 3 days off, enjoying it, spending time going places with my family. And now I'm like, a lot of my overtime shifts that I've been working recently is just to save up for the baby and then get comp time. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to stay away from money, because I know like money. I used to do like sports betting sometimes, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna pay into this, or now I'm gonna buy this, and then now I'm gonna buy this. But I really like looking back at it. It was because I didn't really have anything as a kid, and then when I was given the money, I like splurged. I was like, I could buy anything I want now. And that was also a bad mindset to have, because then I was just buying unnecessary stuff constantly. Like every paycheck, I was like, all right, cool. Like I earned this money. I'm going to buy myself a new pair of $400 shoes. I'm going to buy myself new jerseys. I'm going to buy like, this clothing line just dropped a whole new release. I'm buying like 3 shirts, 2 shorts, and all this stuff. So I've just been really like monitoring myself and trying to stay away from the money.
No, that's good. Because in my younger days of being a cop, because I'd never made, $28 an hour.
Yeah.
It was always like $8 an hour. It was like, dude, I was working like every day. Overtime on graveyards, Friday night, absolutely. 15-hour shifts, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like, dude, like, and then I had this whole health scare, my heart and whatnot. And then after that, I realized like, no, like take my days off, go on vacations, explore the world, like live life. Mm-hmm. Total game changer. So I get it, dude. I mean, I'll sign up for overtime here and there, but like I take my vacations. Like I will make sure I take days off.
Yeah. My vacation hours are low all the time. They're like 100, 120.
That's all right.
Constantly. And
that's all right.
And that's one of the best things. With some of my coworkers tell me like, bro, I feel like you're always off. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. I have a family.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, this is my, and that's where my my headspace and my priorities right now are my family. And I always say this to people that I talk to is I had in the beginning of my career, there was a lot of people who were retiring that were put in about 30 plus years or whatever. And I asked every single person, I don't know how, no one even told me to ask this. I don't know where this came from or why I even thought of it. But I always asked them, I'm like, hey, bro, like, congratulations on retiring, but could I ask you like a real serious personal question? They're like, yeah, like what, go ahead. And I would always ask them, and I still do to the OGs, I'm like, what would you have done different in your career? And I'm not even kidding you. Every single one of them said, spend less time here and more time with my family. And that's, I still like, I took that to heart from the first person that said it. And then when became a constant trend of this saying the same thing, I was like, bro, this is real, because these guys are people that I actually respect, and I value their opinion. And they were saying the same things, and it
Yeah.
was, that's what it is.
And then like in law enforcement, the divorce rate is so high. I mean, first responders in general, because you're not spending time with your family.
Yeah.
So like, no, you're doing what you need to do to
Yeah.
like, this is your kingdom here. The rest just supports the kingdom.
Yeah.
And like a lot of guys don't realize that they want to go work, and then they want to work their 15 and then go have some drinks with the boys and then come back and do it tomorrow. And it's like, bro, what about your family? Like your wife and kids? Like, do you just not care about seeing them?
Yeah. And as sad as it is to say, that's there's a reason why there's a direct correlation. That's what I'm taking in is the money. People, you chase that check, and people are like, damn, this check, like, and everyone says, they'll admit it. They'll say, but when I get that check, it's nice, it's a good, I'm like, and that's the feeling I'm trying to get away from.
Yeah.
It's like the root of all evil, the root of what brings more money, more problems, right?
Yeah,
I always
like they say.
Like, and it really is though. And when I see it for what it is and what that means to me is like, you got people that have families that are like, oh man, it's a fucking break to be here. Like, I don't want to go home. And then I'm like, and for me, like, I didn't have a father. So I'm like, bro, I like, if my father was here and wanted to try to reach out to me for some reason, like, this is a funny story. I'd invite my dad to breakfast if he was, and I'd probably, go in a little scrap with him in the parking lot. And then I'd be like, Dad, you still want breakfast? But that's the whole different story. Right. But, how I see these families being torn apart, and these men that are grown ass men that don't want to be at home, facing the real problem, the real issue that is there of them lacking the present of being there for their children. It does upset me, and I wish things were different, but I can't control everybody, and I'm not in a position to tell someone what they have to do. But there's a lot of people that work way too much that, and then, as negative as it is to say, they wonder why their wives are looking toward other people to try to have satisfaction. They're looking why their kids resent them and don't like spending time with them. And then they're like, oh, it's cool. I'm just going to work all this overtime, and we're going to go on vacation for 4 days. We're going to go to Hawaii for 4 days, but I'm still not going to, press the issue of why, why things are going so bad mentally. Right.
Yeah.
And then they get divorced and they get swallowed up in bills, and then they want to go out with the boys and spend more money, and then try to show like, hey, I got money and I'm going to find a new wife. And then the cycle just keeps going. Right. And it's unfortunate because it is so real. And I probably could have done the same thing if I really wanted to, but I made a choice not to. So little slip, but yeah, the family thing is really personal to me, and that's why I've been trying to do so much for not just the community that I live in, but for people that I work with, just being in more of a positive state, wanting to be better, a better person of themselves, so that they could be their full version of themselves to their family.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And what you're doing, speaking of your community, that's how I figured out who you were.
Yeah.
Because you started doing all this stuff over in the Kmart parking lot.
Yeah.
But like you've gained influence on a whole bunch of people, and like it's gonna trickle down to the next guy. You know? Now you got how many guys out there?
Shoot. So I wasn't even there yesterday.
I saw that.
28.
28. So now you got 28 guys who you have influenced to start getting better and working out and not drinking Saturday nights so they could be there at 6 a.m. sharp Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And it's a spiral effect.
Yeah.
So now those 28 guys are going to start being positive influences on their buddies, and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
Like that's leadership right there, dude. That's influential.
Thank you. And I always try to preach too. It's not selfish to be out here working on yourself to be a better person at home. And then a lot of people feel guilty when they're like, hey bro, I got family coming in town. I can't make it out there. I'm like, bro, the whole concept is to be a better person for your family.
Yeah.
To be present. And I'm like, don't ever think you have to come to every single workout, because that's not what it's about. Like the real main point is just becoming a better person overall, so that you could be there for everything.
Yeah. And it's cool because you have people from all different walks of life. Like we mentioned, like you got first responder, law enforcement, and then you got guys on the other side. And it's like, hey, we're all coming together and like we're getting after it. Like that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
And some of the people that I worked with are like, oh, how many PFNers are out there? I'm like, I don't know. I don't fucking check PFN.
Yeah. It's not a requirement to come out, dude.
Yeah. I have one myself. So one at least.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's like, it's cool to see. And I love how I talk about it in every podcast, because it's something new every week. And I enjoy it so much. Like thinking of the programming, every Saturday at work, I'm like, and then one time I dropped a napkin on the ground and it had my workout written out. And one of the inmates is like, "What's up?"
This from the Northerner pod or what?
Yeah. So I'm like, "Damn, I'm dropping the wheel out." I'm like, they're like, "What's a mom?" I'm like, "Hey, it's imam." I'm like, "These are workouts, bro." I was like, "What you guys should be doing right now."
Oh man.
But yeah, like Saturdays at work, I'll usually come up with a workout, and it's just it's like fun for me, because it's like, being an athlete, you're like, oh, what could we work on this week? Like, oh, last week I destroyed everyone's legs and they couldn't walk till Thursday. All right, cool. Let's do like more shoulders or more core incorporated stuff. And a lot of the dudes are like, bro, since I started coming here, like it made me know my deficiencies. Like I was going to the gym and lifting weights, but
it's different.
The cardio aspect,
yeah.
It's just, and I always say like, to move your family, you got to move your body. And if you can't move your body, you shouldn't even be lifting weights. Right. And that's like my mindset about the high intensity stuff. But I've always liked it, because even when I was like a chubbier, I always had like a decent stamina. I was like doing CrossFit and I was like a fat boy. Still I'm a fat boy, but like my stamina is always like, as an athlete, I was always like, I need to stay in the fight. Right.
Yeah.
I need to be able to run somewhere. And then when I get into the fight, I need to be able to fight, because what good am I if I can't,
Yeah. No, you got to be well-rounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what mainly all these workouts are kind of catered around, body weight with light stuff. So people are like lifting up the 45 pound sandbags. They're like, man, this is fucking heavy. I'm like, how much does your kid weigh?
Yeah.
And then they're like, and that's all I say. I'm not like, do it. You stop being a pussy. I'm like, how much does your kid weigh? Oh, is it awkward to hold your kid when something's going down? And we do this. You should do it. You should really do this. It's the burpee test. I don't know if you've seen it. So you do.
What's the time limit?
You're supposed to do as long as you could do.
Oh, really? That's
so
what it is?
It's 15 non-jump burpees a minute for how many ever minutes you could go.
Oh.
So we open it up with that every week to do 4 minutes. And like, depending on the energy, like sometimes I'll boost it up to 5. The most we've done is 5. So that's 75 burpees in 5 minutes. Right.
Yeah.
And these huffing and puffing, and me too. I always say like, I'm never better than anybody. And I don't expect that. And I say like, dude, this is a reality check for me every single week too. Cause and the other week that I was there, I said, look, someone breaks into your house and you engage in the fight and you're fighting, Your wife gets on the phone and calls 911. We just did this for 5 minutes. You've been in the fight for 5 minutes and you're huffing and puffing. Well, guess what? You got another 7 more minutes to go before the cops get here in 10 minutes. Cause they got some other things going on, and you know, they got to drive here still, and you live out wherever. And I'm like, just think about that when things are going down. If you're gassed in 5 minutes, you know, which you might be no matter what, even if in a fight, but you got to think about what's going to happen next. You got to stay in the fight. You got to have that stamina to keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I want you to do the burpee test this way. I'll send you a video too, because it's Jason Kalipa. He has a little video of what the standard is, but 15 a minute, and as long as you could go. I think like 12 minutes to 15 minutes is like elite, like CrossFit Games style.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
But it's a cool test, and we do it every single workout. That's what we start with.
Okay.
So
I like that.
Yeah, so I'll bust out those 60 in those 4 minutes, and your freaking triceps are blown up.
I bet
your
lungs are smoking right now.
Yeah.
Like, dude, oh man. And then you got to do the whole workout.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like torture. And you got 28 guys voluntarily going. Like,
yeah, and I'm like,
nobody's holding them hostage there. Like, they're actually volunteering to go. That's
exactly.
crazy.
I show up and they just keep piling in. I'm like, damn, all this to get beat up, you know. But yeah, it's been a freaking awesome experience, and I'm grateful for it, and it's changed my life in more aspects than I expected it to as well.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Soon.
And had you never started that and posted about it, we wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
This whole podcast probably wouldn't be here right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly.
Because nobody would tune in because nobody would know who you were.
I would probably be in the garage drinking a 16-ounce can.
Oh man. Oh.
And it's just so cool, like the community that has been like presenting itself to me, even with just complete strangers coming in. And there was actually someone who followed me and was like, bro, I just realized that you live up the street.
Oh yeah.
And there's someone from down here. And he was like, I need to make it out to one of those Sunday workouts. And I was like, whenever you want, bro, we'll be out there every Sunday.
That's awesome.
So thank you. That's cool to hear. And it's very humbling, because like I wasn't really ever like complimented or told I was doing a good job as a kid. And it was always like, hey, you got to do, like, what's next? Like, you got to do this now.
You reached the bar.
Yeah.
And now you just go to the next one. Like, you don't even,
like
there's no celebrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no time for that. Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, when I hear it from somebody, I'm like, I don't want to sound like I don't want to seem like a dick, but I really do appreciate you telling me that. Just sometimes I don't know how to take in the compliment.
No, dude, I get it, dude. Thank you.
Yeah. But no, I appreciate it, bro. And hopefully we'll get you out there soon. One of these vacation weeks that you have.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I got to get off the schedule, but I'm having a blast at work though.
Yeah.
And not everybody can say that.
I know.
Because some people dread going to work. Like I look forward to going to work.
And how many years? So you've been on for what, 12 years? 13 years?
I'm about to hit 11 in September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And to say that you're enjoying work 11 years after the start of
and I couldn't say that a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like this, where I'm at now, it's a breath of fresh air, and it's like, I'm enjoying it again. And again, that's huge, because we spend like half of our life, our adult life, at work. Mm-hmm. And if you don't enjoy that, like it translates to your home life.
Yeah. Stress.
And then you're going to be miserable there too.
And that's what
because they talk like the emotional survival for law enforcement. Is that what the book's called?
Mm-hmm.
Have you read that?
I haven't read it.
And it talks about how like it takes you like 48 hours or something like that to like come back to like homeostasis after like all the stress and stuff. So that's up to 2 days to where like you're still high stress even on your days off. Then you get one more day with your family where you're like regular, you know, and it's like, then you're back to work. And like, imagine like, that's like on a healthy, like work life, you still come home and you still have the high stress. But like, imagine if it's like not healthy at work and you're like mother effing going to work, and then you still have like that same
resentment,
48 hours that you got to recover. Like, it's going to be extra hard.
Yeah. And I don't know how true this is for you too, but you know, that last afternoon of your last day off, isn't even.
Oh yeah, the
that
Sunday scaries.
That almost feels like it's a work shift in its own. Like, oh, we gotta get my uniform ready. I gotta my meals prepped. I gotta get the family squared away. I gotta make sure that I'm watching a movie with my wife, but I need to make sure I'm doing
everything
working out.
ready for the week.
Yeah, and I'm like, those days, it still to this day gets me. And then sometime like if I'll probably get in my feels tomorrow afternoon. But after a vacation weekend and spending a lot of time with my family, I get really fucking sad. And I'm like, why am I even doing this? Like, we should move to a different state. I swear to God, I say this every like long weekend. I'm like, I miss my baby and she's going to wake up and ask for me. And like, I shouldn't even be here. I fucking hate this. But I'm like, but then I get to work and I'm like, it's not that bad. Like it's like I'm in a good spot. And then my partner's, like I was saying earlier, it's so fun to go to work right now. And we're just on the same page. So I'm like, no, I'm lucky, man. I'm like, it's good to go. And I tell my wife this all the time. She's like, I feel so bad. Like, I'm like, I know. I was like, that's why I don't even like telling you this, but I have to tell you because I don't want you to, think that I'm keeping things from you. And I've actually found, like, with my wife since the start of work, I've told her everything that's ever happened. That's even if it's like bad. And the worst things that we always see are like people getting cut open or just, doing the crazy suicide stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't maybe not go into full detail, but I definitely tell her what happened with it. And I've found like, she's been my rock. It's been like, that's been a very like, fortunate thing that I have with my wife, that I'm able to decompress with her. And I know that she's like there. She's like, she might not know what to say or do, but she is there for me,
No, that's good. That's good. A lot of people don't have that rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like their significant other isn't like receptive of it. Like they don't, and like, that's the thing with like these careers. It's like, we're experiencing the trauma. And then like, I don't necessarily always want to give that trauma to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cause
how it makes you feel.
Yeah. Like when you, like, I'm sure you do it too, but like when we're out at a call where somebody's a victim, it's the most traumatic experience of their life. And now they're explaining it to you and you're trying to understand it. So you can like you're playing it in your head of what they're explaining. So that way you could put it on a piece of paper. So like your mind is basically recreating that trauma that they had in your own mind.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm experiencing it even though I wasn't there.
Yeah.
It's like,
and you can see it through them. You're like, they're just like, and you're like, damn, this person can't even talk, it must have happened. Like,
Yeah.
And sometimes that's not even what actually happened. They just freaking think
that's how their mind interpreted it.
Yeah. It's like crazy. Right.
Yeah.
And they tell us about that too. The book that you spoke of, I think we did it was called like a Blue Courage training that we did.
Okay.
And they actually talked about, because I remember the time that it does take to reset. So I remember them mentioning that book, but kind of off topic. But yeah, that's that the mind is a crazy thing.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that I'm able to share and debrief, and I try to enjoy my days off as much as possible, and like separate work and hobbies. And I have a lot of hobbies right now too. And
we're doing one right now.
Yeah. And my timing is like, it's like, I'm just so lucky that I'm in the position that I am today. And it wasn't given to me. I've done a lot to earn it. I've done a lot to not deserve any of this. And I'm just thankful for that, where God has me in his story for me in my present day today. So
it's awesome.
And I know, it can be taken away at any same moment. And and it's like, I appreciate the hardships that I've been through too, because I see it for what it is. And I learned that at a young age, finding the positive out of these negative events will make my life a little bit easier. Like, all right, cool. Now we got to buckle up and we got to do this because this happened. So
yeah, you said a line about a minute ago. What God gives, He can also take,
mm-hmm.
and that's a big one because I've experienced that.
Yeah.
Until shit hits the fan, like you're not aware of that.
Oh yeah.
Like you think I got all this now, but like all it takes is the blink of an eye and it's all gone.
And he's done it to everybody.
Yeah.
He's done it to his own son.
Yeah. Whew. Man, that was deep.
Right.
That's deep.
It's true. But you know, it just shows like it's good to have people that see it for what it is too, like you, and grateful for the positions that we're in, you know? And yeah. So how the newest department, we'll get talking about the newest department and you having fun still. There's been some little like promotion stuff that you've been doing too. You said something about SWAT school.
So I don't have a school assigned yet. Been there a couple of months as a lateral. Like they're heavy on like hiring laterals right now. And we got a new chief who's awesome. But yeah, been here a couple months. I have the rank of corporal. They call it an assignment, not a rank, because you can only do it for so long before it's time for somebody else.
Yeah.
So I got corporal, and I also made the SWAT team.
Okay. Nice.
I mean, we've only had a couple trainings so far, but like it's everything that you want to see on, like it's everything that you see on TV.
Yeah.
You know, like we go to the shoot houses and like we're kicking in doors and like we're clearing it, like the CQB stuff that you see online, and it's like it's that.
Yeah.
And like, dude, it's sick.
Just like high stress,
Yeah.
but freaking.
And like you have the sim rounds, and like sometimes you'll have like role players in there, like hiding, like hostage situation.
Like, oh.
And it's like, it's force on force, dude. Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
But like, it's amazing because like, this is when people are like, need you, like you better be ready.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, and it's such an honor to like be on that squad, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming every SWAT team in general, I've only been on this SWAT team, but it's like, dude, like we got to make sure like everything is like perfect.
You guys are the ones.
It's life and death.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
So I don't know. It's cool.
That's cool. No,
cool.
I always see like videos and I'm like, oh man, I have pepper spray and a taser in the jail. I'm one of the few that has a taser in the jail,
man.
you know, so I haven't even used it yet.
Actually, yeah. Are your patrol guys, do they have tasers yet?
No, they got, and I think the last like board meeting, they turned them down again.
Really?
Even after all the statistics, they're like, no, we still need to see more.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've used a taser 3 times in my career. Not once did it work. Because like,
do you guys have the taser 10s?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't used the taser 10 yet. But like I'm like a bigger guy. So like I just go hands on because the taser's not going to put handcuffs on somebody.
Yeah.
You know? But like I remember when I was working here, the last time I used the taser, actually I used it twice here. One dude was like just strung out of his mind. He was bigger than me.
Yeah.
Like 6'4", like 3 bills and like muscular. And like he was having a bad day, and he said, if you guys come any closer, we're fighting. And I'm like, dude, like you're violating the restraining order, dude. Mm-hmm. And like, we got to go. And like tased him in the chest and then in the thigh. And he looked at it and just pulled him out. I said, oh, this can be a long night, boys. Yeah. And then the other one, guy, we got a call at the McDonald's right over here. Somebody's like, hey, there's a guy with a gun. I was working graveyards. Like, there's a guy walking around with a gun. Like, it's a black handgun. And, like, come on. Like, no. Like, it's 2 a.m. Like, who would just be walking around with a handgun? Yeah. And so, like, we were all on our break eating. So I'm like, let's go. And sure enough, dude, little 18-year-old walking around with a handgun. Like, he was having a bad day. Like, and he took off running from me. And, like, you see him reaching his waistband, like, every, like, oh, no, like, please don't. He tosses it. And, like, you see it. It's a little 1911, dude. Like, I don't know how he got his hands on it, but it's silver. And like, you see it and it's like, he just tossed a gun, and like, he starts reaching. He was probably trying to pull up his pants at that point. Now that I look back, but like, he's reaching again. So like, tased him in the back, and then like the hammy, and like nothing happened. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, and then luckily he gave up, but it's like, I don't rely on that thing. It's a tool, and sometimes tools fail. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And so like, I mean, I could go without it. Yeah. It hasn't done anything for me yet.
And I'm, like I said, I'm a TO, so I was one of the fortunate first ones to receive it, like a little pilot program. And we go to the trainings and stuff. And I haven't had to use it yet, luckily, but hands-on is the best. Yeah. The best thing. Like, and a lot of people that we work with, you could probably, you probably have seen this too, is like, because of events that do happen, a lot of people are scared to go hands on, unfortunately, right? Or even if they do, they're like, oh, like over the top about like, no, get off this person, get off, like you're not allowed to do like I'd say the one of the best things that I wish I started earlier is jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I keep telling myself, dude, I need to go. And like where I'm at now, we actually train it. Like we have trainings once a month, and usually like every other training we'll roll for like 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, and going back, like in this generation, a lot of people want to rely on the taser, and it's like, bro, like, don't be scared.
Exactly.
Like, figure it out, you know?
And the couple times that I've been involved in incidents like over the last, I would say, year or so of me going to jiu-jitsu, I've seen how my confidence has changed. Because I was always like, oh, I'm a football player. I could tackle or take anybody down.
It's different.
But it's like being on the ground and actually learning how to use your weight and leverage in a way where you're not hurting or, you know, taking away someone's ability to breathe. It's such a confidence builder to the job, and it lets you do the job a little bit better, you know?
Yeah, no, it's a great tool. And it gives you the confidence to even if you're on the ground with somebody, which like you generally don't want to be.
Yeah.
But like you're still fairly confident that you're going to get it done. And to the bystanders, like it looks cleaner on camera.
Oh yeah.
Than just throwing some haymakers, you know? And don't get me wrong, like it's necessary at times, to affect the, we'll use the proper terms, affect the arrest, prevent escape, and overcome resistance, you know?
Yeah.
But like, no, jiu-jitsu, like you can do some stuff and like nobody's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And it's cleaner.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's cool. So and I have a mindset that jiu-jitsu is not going to work to help me not get punched in the face. So every time I'm in class too, if I'm in a position, I'm thinking about how someone's going to bite me if my arm's in a certain place. Someone's going to headbutt me if I'm in a certain place. Okay. Someone's going to punch me. So I'm always, even at practice, when it's like no one's going to be doing that to me, it's a safe place, controlled place, right? I'm always thinking even ahead, like, oh, fuck, okay, if I'm here, I can't be here for long because dude's going to bite my fucking forearm. Yeah. And then I'm who knows what happens when you get bit, you know?
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
So I'm always like telling myself that at practice, and then because people are like, oh, you do jiu-jitsu, bro. Like, what happens if you're going to get punched? I'm like, you don't think I fucking don't think about getting punched in the face?
Hey,
like,
let me guess, those are law enforcement people that are saying
that?
Yeah, of course, dude. We have an excuse for everything.
Yeah, but I'm like, come on, like, just come here. And they're like, get away from me. I'm like, no, like, you could grab. And like the inmate clothing is pretty similar to a gi.
Okay.
So like getting grip strength or knowing where to like pull people down and stuff has like been a cool aspect. And my our professor is so cool that any questions I have like relating that, he's like, oh, well, like tell me how you're like thinking about it at work. I'll let him know. And he's like, all right, just do this. Boom, boom. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. Like even better, you know? So it's been a very cool, fun training aspect that I wish I would have started earlier, but you know, I'm doing it now. And it's part of one of those hobbies. So it's been super fun. Yeah. Whenever you want to go,
it's like they say the best time to plant a tree was 100 years ago. The second best time is right now.
Now. Yeah. But no, for sure.
It's so like, I do need to make time to do it. It's been on my list of things to do. So you're not wrong. We can talk about that.
Yeah.
About that after of where you're going and whatnot and all that. So
yeah.
I'm not against the idea. And me and a couple other buddies had talked about it. It's just like we don't know because like it's open to everybody. Mm-hmm. And so like we just want to figure out like where's a good spot because like heaven forbid like I don't want to get in there and somebody who's like knows what I do and I don't know who they are and they get an opportunity to just.
They love choking
wreck
out.
me.
Yeah, they love choking out people in law enforcement.
Oh, I bet, dude. I bet.
It's like, this is my get back.
Yeah, exactly. Payback.
Ours is pretty cool. We have I have a couple coworkers that go to the one that I go to.
Okay.
The, Hoff Crazy right here. That's right behind Whiskey Creek.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I the guy that's all tatted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I talked to him in the gym.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Super family loving. Like they are like, oh, bring the baby in, bring the kids in. Like I grew up when we were doing jiu-jitsu when I was younger, everyone had all their kids at the mat and they would sit down and watch us all. And been very welcoming, and they're not the ones that are like, fucking kill him.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, hey, if you don't feel like you could do it, I would rather you just come in and watch, and we'll still give you instruction. And they're very for your development rather than like trying to push competitions and stuff all the time. But if you were to want to do that, they would give you the help that way. But right now I'm definitely a casual. And like you said, being on your back is one of the worst spots to be, but I know I could survive because that's me. Every practice is on my back.
Yeah. And like, I mean, you mentioned that, but in what we do, you just have to be able to survive long enough for the next guy to get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's a cool experience. And like you said, like earlier, something about I think it was during the burpees.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you got to be able to, you get X amount of time when somebody breaks in your house before the cops get there. Like, and like same here, like you get an X amount of time that you have to be balls to the wall and like be able to figure it out until your partner gets there. And you got to pray that your partner is useful, and not just going to stand there code black, you know?
Yeah.
Because I have seen that too. But like, no, you're right.
Yeah, and that's it just like, especially for on the streets, it's like there is a sense of unknown every single day that you strap your vest on, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, if the more training that you could get in that sim house, the more training that you could get on the mat, the more training that you could get with performing arrest techniques, it's like it's always going to benefit you because there's not enough that you can know to prevent whatever is going to happen next,
Exactly.
And you've been in some pretty freaking Wild West cities, man.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I like
just the main
I like
one,
those
right?
communities.
Salinas.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And like people ask me, why don't I go to Santa Clara, like the highest paid in the country? But it's like, it's not about the money. It's like making an impact in the community.
Yeah.
Like the communities that need good people. Like I love that.
Mm-hmm. And that's what, that one person that you could change the perspective on goes and talks to his family. And then you have the respect of that whole family.
Yeah.
And then that family trickles it on to another family. Yeah. Oh, he wouldn't do that. Like,
you can change people's perspective one contact at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like people didn't just hate the cops overnight.
No. Yeah, for sure.
So,
and it always, cool. The one that ruined it for a lot of people, a lot of the, cops or deputies were probably like, yeah, this guy was a fucking menace anyway, but it's, there's a saying, who said it? I think it was like Steve Smith, a football player. He said someone could ruin 10 to 12 years of a relationship in 10 to 12 seconds.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, that's, and it's true, just with the way that our mind is triggered and how a lot of people just hold grudges or, they find a way to, find that hate and have an excuse. Those years of building something up could be ripped from you instantly.
Yeah.
And it's pretty scary to think too, because it could happen with anybody. It could happen in your 11-year career, what you've built and worked so hard for, say something, which God forbid, but it could, that fast,
Any second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And life change.
And you've had life scares, not just with work, but like in life period.
Health. Yeah.
And it's so cool that you've went through that and you're fucking full stride, having a good time.
Absolute miracle, dude.
Doing even more than you were at other departments in this department now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm living the dream right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I joke around and say somebody's dream, but no, this is my dream, dude. Like, I'm having the time of my life, so everything is aligning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
at
good.
At work and at home, everything.
And it's the energy that you put into it that is the reason why it's working out like that.
Yeah.
And I've been enjoying watching your videos, on your walks. Is that when you get home in the morning?
Yeah. With the neighbor dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now there's a donkey in the neighborhood that my female husky just like loves, like she kisses it all the time. But like, did you see the one where the dog, he snuck over to our house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he lives half a mile away.
And then you said the owners don't speak English, right?
No. And I had to go jump their fence because it's all secured. I had to jump their fence and like wake them up and like, hey, your dog's at my house. And like, where do you live? Like literally the opposite side. And so like their dog was just hanging out outside my dog's fence. Yeah. Just hanging out, dude. Like he had free will, you know, to do whatever he wanted. He was just hanging out with my dogs, which was awesome. That was funny. Yeah. That's when I get off of work. We take him for the WAOK, and then I shower and go to bed. Blackout curtains, the eye mask. Yeah.
Oh, eye mask too.
Oh yeah, dude.
Have you done the I just ordered some hostage tape.
Oh yeah. So I have the magnets for the nose, and then I do the mouth strip too. Because I used to be a big snorer. Oh, okay. And I'm not a snorer anymore. Yeah. I've also like lost like 10 to 15 pounds since then. So I don't know if I even snore in general, but like just like looking at like I guess the science and stuff behind it, it's like and I have like my whole sinus routine and stuff. Yeah. Like, bro, I'm squared away. The earplugs, bro, I'm like religious about my sleep, dude.
Yeah. That's good though, because I mean, nights are a whole different animal, and it's not for me. And I remember I answered something. What would you rather work like? AMs, mids, or midnights, and I answered AMs, and like you replied, you're crazy.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's like I don't know if I've never worked in a jail, but like you don't have a sense of time of day in there. Yeah, no. It's one time because everything's just controlled the lighting. Yeah. But like I feel like during the day I'm even more tired. Like when the afternoon comes, because the sun starts going down, it's like I just want it to be dark the whole time. Yeah. You know? So yeah, I love nights. So it's harder on the outside of work life. But like you can dial it in, you can figure it out.
Some people just don't get it, right? Yeah. And it's like, I feel like that, because I worked swing shifts at a hotel, and it was like, if you don't work a swing shift, like we worked 3 to 10. So it was like and that was just 8 hour, right? But if you work like 3 to 1, it's like your whole day is taken away kind of. And if someone doesn't really understand it, they're never really going to understand that. They're like, what, why do you work? The whole day is like gone, right? But it's all how you're comfortable with it. And that's what it's going to be. And it, once you get older, you're kind of like, well, this is my schedule. Yeah. It's not your schedule too, Yeah. But.
And another thing that makes working days hard is you're waking up when it's dark out. Yeah. See, I'm not. I'm waking up when it's light out, so it's easier to wake up. Yeah. Yeah.
Those blackout curtains though. When I was on night shift, I was like, I still had roommates though, so it would be like I was on the opposite side of the week that I am now. So it was like Friday, Saturday, and I'm waking up and the people are just starting to come over to the house.
Oh man. I'm like, wow. That's tough.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. And I'm 23 years old. Yeah. I'm freaking still a kid, right? And I remember like when I switched to days, then these dudes were partying all night, and I have work the next day. Like I'm working on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and they're partying Saturday night, and I'm like, could you guys just please? Like, but man. I don't want to complain, but just think of me a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Now you have a wife and a kid your kid probably just cries, and that's what keeps you up.
No,
dude. Sleep's good. I love that.
So this past weekend when we went to Truckee was the first time she's ever slept in a bed with us.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she last night came back, and because she loves her room, like she's a crib sleeper. She's been a crib sleeper since she was 3 months. And she'll tell us like, oh, I want to go night. I want to close my door. I want to turn on my light. I want to go to my crib.
Nice.
Like, all right, cool. Yeah. And she sleeps from like 7:30, 7:45 to 7 the next morning.
Oh, wow.
So she's and then when she doesn't get her sleep, we're like, oh, like God help us.
Oh man, that's good.
So luckily, no. And shoot, I usually go to sleep if I'm asleep or if I'm awake at like 10, I'm freaking out. Like especially on a work night. I'm like,
oh yeah.
No, stop.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
We actually have a projector in our room.
Okay.
So we lay on our backs.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And we look straight up, right? And I'm like, turn the projector off. Get this, give me my extra pillow. Like, don't ask me questions, just leave me alone. And my wife's like, what? You just turned it? I was like, well, I didn't know it was this late.
Yeah.
But I'm really big on my sleep too. I've always been. And then, Jacob Cutthroat.
Oh yeah.
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 So I was working out with him at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I've seen that.
For like a couple weeks, right? And I was like, and I'm able to work out at work, so I was doing double days. And then I was thinking, I'm like, man, I'm really big on my sleep. And right now, when I was doing that, I was only sleeping like 4 to 5 hours. And I'm like, yeah, I feel good. But like at the end of the day, I get home and then I'm like, I just fall asleep on the couch at 8 o'clock. And I'm like, no, our show time is completely gone. And I feel bad that my wife, we don't get to spend our time.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I'm going to chill for a little bit, and I was like, I'm fortunate enough to get paid to work out at work. So, we're still working out before the day starts. We're working out at 6:30 to 7:30. That's how we start our day. And I'm like, I'm getting my normal 6 to 7 hours of sleep, and I need to be present at work if when something does happen.
Yeah.
I'm one of the ones that they call on to get things done. So I'm like, I need to be my best version of myself there too. I can't, and it wasn't taken away from that, but there was still a little bit of like, like middle of the day, I would be like, I could do it. I could use a nap right now.
Yeah.
I can't sleep.
Yeah, no, sleep's valuable, especially with what we do.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if it's the same where you're at, but like you'll get a call 2 hours before shift from your boss. And it's like, hey, we got a sick call you're holding over. And it's like, oh, now I got to work 15 instead of 10 or whatever, So sleep is valuable. You got to get it when you can.
How big is your department now? How many people are there?
I want to say sworn is like 70-ish.
Oh, okay.
Street cops is like
30,
50-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Have you ran into that?
Yes.
Which one?
We want to know. He doesn't give me problems because like I don't react. Like I've been on the camera before. Like I was on the camera on live PD for 2 years. Like,
were you?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They know you.
So yeah, like I don't react, dude. Like I don't have a problem with him.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, I've seen a couple like just random. I didn't even know about this guy, and he popped up a couple times, and then one of the people that work in that, I'm just laughing because he just gets irritated, right? And you could see it in his body language and everything, and I'm like, but that's what this guy wanted, It's just. Yeah. But I'm like, it's funny. I think the comments are funnier than what.
Oh, dude, the comments on social media in general are like, I don't even care about the content. I care about the comments.
Yeah, right.
Like people are so funny, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy what people are will say on those comments. But
yeah,
it's like you always go to the comments and you're like, the comments did exactly what I wanted them to do. The comments are commenting.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's funny. I didn't even have to finish my sentence.
Yeah, I knew.
So I wonder if he'll be watching. No, I'm kidding.
Oh man,
that dude blew up. It's crazy what social media does,
dude,
right?
Dude, and I think we said at the beginning, or I don't know if we were recording it, but like, it's a tool. Social media is a tool, and like if you use it properly, like you can do a lot of amazing things.
Yeah, such
as you posting being out at Kmart, the very first one.
Yeah,
I remember my boy sent me this. He's like, "Hey, look into this. Like, what is this? Who is this guy?" Because you're not from here, so like people who are from here, like we know everybody. Yeah. And then we got this outsider. No, I was just kidding.
I know. Huh?
No, and it's like, okay, what is he doing? Like this is kind of sick. And it, like we never went because we didn't have the time to get to because work. But yeah, like it's a great tool, and like that's what linked us together.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's all for positive change and positive mindsets.
Yeah. You could use it for good, evil. You use it for whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Also, so I've also seen you have a partner that you had or have right now that you talked about being two former athletes and holding each other accountable and being good workout partners at work.
Yeah. That was my first agency.
Oh, okay.
And so, dude's one of the greatest dudes I've ever met. Mm-hmm. He's younger than me. I want to say he's about 30. Former D1 lineman, can we cuss on this?
Yeah.
Bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
And like,
EMF.
I think very highly of myself, but I'll admit, like, this dude's better than I am.
Yeah.
And like 6'2", 280, like solid, faster than me. Like, I just can't even explain. Like, he warms up with like 3 plates on bench, like insane, dude.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, dude, so old agency, we used to hit the streets with 12 bodies for minimums. And the way the beats worked is like, so we would sacrifice our seniority and go work graves and be like the most senior guys on the shift. So we could like stack our sector with guys that we want. I don't know how the jail is, but like where we were at, there's 3 sectors, there's north, south, and east. And so we would work the south side. And if we were short staffed, 2 of the 4 beats on the south side, one of the cops would cover 2 of the beats because they were easy to get to. They're connected basically. And so we would work those 2 beats and we were like fully staffed, and our boss would let us partner up in the same car. And so like, bro, we were just like getting after it.
Running through it.
Yeah. And like there was this hot spot called Chinatown, and it's just like bunch of like drugs, bunch of guns, like parolees at large. It's technically it's like a homeless community. But with that came a lot of drug sales and like gangs selling drugs.
Just a
and like
full cesspool of everything.
It was yeah, anything was arrestable, and like guys with warrants are camping out there. I think San Jose has a similar place called like the Jungle, where it's just like super dangerous, and it's like there's people with like weapons and all this stuff, and so like we would go out there, and people would just take off running, and like we'd pull up. We'd see who it was. We knew they had warrants. So like one dude would pop out and the other guy would be driving, putting out the pursuit. Yeah. And like, dude, it was a blast. But yeah, during those times we were training together, and like this dude was just pushing me, dude. Cause he like I said, he's benching 3 plates like for fun. Yeah. I could barely hit 2 for like 1, you know? And so like, he's just pushing me, dude. And like, I remember this, and you're probably going to talk about like the we don't miss. Is that where you're getting to? Yeah. Yeah. So I don't remember the exact details, but I remember the line, we don't miss. This was the community had like tons of violence. Not that it's anything to brag about. But like we had 40 plus homicides every year. Yeah. And it's like, you go to like, and that's just homicides. That's not just attempted homicides. Yeah. So you're getting like 2 or 3 a night, and it's like, exhausting, and you're staying like 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a shift just to like get it done. And it's like, I remember one time I was like, hey, like let's skip tomorrow, like let's train like extra hard the next day or something stupid like that. And then like he looks at me with like this dead serious face. He's like, he said, we don't miss. It's like I was like, what do you mean, dude? Like, it's just one day. We don't miss. And that's all he had to say. And then, all right. And then I showed up the next day, like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. And like, yeah, probably not the most optimal, but like, it's like accountability. You see it in the jail. Like some of the pods, or what do you call them? You have pods, or what is it? Yeah. Modules. Pods, same thing. Like the ones that are like with the gangs, like they're training at 7 a.m. sharp usually. Yeah. Every day they're getting their burpees, their air squats, all that. Like they don't miss either. Yeah. And so it's like, it makes sense. Even the tubbies, man. Even if it's not optimal, like even if you're staying up all night, like, hey, we don't miss. Yeah. You know? So yeah. And to this day, I remember when we first got the Apple Watches, when those were starting to get popular. Yeah, the competitions. And we connected them just for fun. And I remember it was like midnight or something like that. And I'm getting ready to go to bed, and he texts me, he says, you haven't closed your rings yet. I was like, so I busted out a bunch of push-ups, dude. Yeah. And then I got the little notification, your rings are closed. And I texted and I said, we good? He said, yeah, you're good. Yeah. It's like, I could go to sleep now. Yeah, exactly, dude. That's cool. No, it was awesome. It's cool to have people close to you like that. Just hold you accountable. You're still good with him? You're still close? Dude. Awesome. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I talk to him every day. Cause you know how like when you're working with a partner, you're like even more close to that person. Yeah. And then obviously you get separated, then maybe they go to a special assignment. Yeah. Out of sight, out of mind. It kind of is like, it trickles away, and you're like, fuck, I remember back in the days we used to, we still have those good stories and we hang out every now and then. But yeah, you always have those. And I feel like a lot of the good partners that I've had that
could relate to me like on the family aspect and stuff, I've stayed close with.
Yeah.
And I have a real good partner this year. We're like the senior guys on the floor, and we just lead by example. We're like, we don't even have to say anything. And the guys that were, they're our same age and they were athletes growing up, and they all were on CCS stuff.
Yeah.
It's like they are like, damn, I remember seeing people that had like 8 to 9 years on when I had maybe like 2 years on. And I remember how they made a difference to me, seeing the positives from some people and the negatives from some people. And I was like, I think we're doing a really good job with holding ourselves accountable and showing these guys that have only 2 years on, like, hey, we're willing to do the work just as much as you guys. Like, let's have fun, you know? So like, they don't even have to think twice. Like, hey, like at first, when they first got up to the floor, they're like, I don't know if you guys are going to want to do this because it's Saturday, like it's our Friday. Like, do you guys want to, you know, we're like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I signed up for.
Like, let us eat our breakfast and then we're like, let's go, you know?
Yeah.
Or even it's like, oh, fuck it, I'll eat after. And it's been cool. It's like anything that we're all on the same page. It's like, hey, let's do this. Boom, let's get it. These guys are fucking around today. All right, cool. They want to act like that. They want to do this. Like, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. And it's been a real fun year, and we're all holding each other accountable. And we're getting people to eat better. It's like, you know,
yeah, that's good.
people coming from night shift, coming to day shift and eating better. But it's cool. Like, once you see like the crew is growing, not only just growing together, like, on a work aspect, but I was like, overall, like, hey, I'm fucking trying to catch. People are always like, oh, we're trying to catch up to you. And I'm like, bro, I'm no one special. Like, but we're gonna work each other to get to the better for the both of us, right?
Yeah.
I'm not better than anybody, and never, you know, will claim that. But it's cool once you get that like aspect of work, because then you do enjoy it, and then you have people holding you accountable, and you're like, you don't want to, like, it's not necessarily this, but you don't want to let that person down because you know they're working just as hard as you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's a good, as an athlete, it's a good, you know, it's a good friendly push.
Yeah.
It's like you want your brothers to do better rather than worse, you know?
Yeah, exactly. We're all on the same team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We go home.
Everybody has a role on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good when people know their roles.
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
So I know my place.
No,
you know?
exactly. That's
like,
huge too. Not everybody can be the quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like we have a quarterback. We have one quarterback on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Let them be the quarterback.
Yeah. And we know the roles that we need to play, and that's how we're going to win the game.
You can be second string quarterback, but you can't be on the field at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you could try out for quarterback.
There's only one green dot.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, that's cool. And it makes work that much more fun, you know?
Yeah.
Our texting dudes when we're at home, like if something pops up, you're like, oh, fuck, dude, I just saw this right now. We're just talking about this. And it's cool, you know, we have that interaction with each other, or they're following, you know, we all follow each other on social media too. And like, oh shit, you're doing that. All right, cool. Our people having kids, you know, reaching out to make sure that they're doing good when their family leave, and, you know, making sure that they, if they need help with something or if they need anything, that we're there for them. So
yeah, that's huge. Checking in on your guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing I like reposted? It was like check on your teammates, and it's like a reel, but it has like all. I'm like, it's some pretty cool page, and I saw that. I'm like, I always think that I don't do enough, but I try to reach out to like a lot of people daily. Even I like pop up for a second, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna send this person a text.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot that they're doing this today, and I'm like,
yeah, no, it's important. And then also like the little cues of like, cause like, especially in what we do, like people aren't gonna like ask for help directly, but it's like, and I think Simon Sinek, you know who that is?
mm-mm.
Oh, he has a lot of stuff on leadership, but I want to say he had a reel that I came across, and it's like, somebody reached out to him and it's like, hey, you have 7 minutes. And like, they're like, yeah, I guess like there's something where like just venting for 7 minutes will like help with people going through some stuff, you know? But it's like, even catch those little cues of like, if somebody's like, hey, can I call you real quick or something like that? Mm-hmm. Like, no matter how busy you are, like it might be a sign.
Yeah.
You know? So like, not just checking, hey, you good? Like the simple text, like the little cues, you know?
Yeah.
Because people, we all fight battles people know nothing about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I hope if you are going through a battle like that, that you do come out victorious, and, you know, that there is people here are going to help, that will take those 7 minutes.
It's just putting the ego aside to ask for it. It's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And that's what, I mean, the Bible talks about it a lot too. It's like you need to give up complete control to somebody else that's greater. It's just him, right? And that's what I'm really trying to push, not just for the department, just for men in general, because a lot of us are not necessarily fully egotistical, but there is a lot of pride in that ego that is preventing us from just asking for a little bit of help. And as a man, sometimes you just need someone to tell you you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Someone to tell you, what you're doing is not going unnoticed.
Yeah.
What you're doing is for the greater of, what's going on.
Yeah. There's a real trending right now. It's like something like, I'm a tough dude until somebody says I'm proud of you or something like that. Yeah. It's like, ooh, yeah, no, they're right, dude.
No, really.
They're
Like I said, like the compliment thing, like, right. It's like, it's just and exactly, you said it right, is like, it's the next thing. It's always the next thing. What's like, all right, cool. I did a good job there. I need to do better now. Like I need to continue this and do even top that. Right. And it's just our minds. And I believe it is, I could be wrong. It's Proverbs 3:5-7. And it's like, it's about, I will not rely on my own understanding, for he has the understanding. He is the one in charge, right? And it's like, I always try to tell myself that when I'm thinking I'm not enough, or I'm like, don't depend on the human thoughts, depend on what he has planned for you.
I like that.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's Proverbs 3:5-7.
Okay.
Because, that's honestly, as as trying to be mature, it's like, there's just some things you have to give up. And I think ego is one of the biggest, hardest ones to give up.
It is hard, especially in our field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's so many people. I'm like, bro, just relax.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's not that important.
No,
dude.
like, bro, okay.
You're raising your blood pressure over it, dude.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll just go over here. You could, you could have the squat rack, bro. It's not. Let me know when you're done. I'll be over here lifting my 10-pound dumbbells.
Yeah, no, it's funny. And like, I've been there. My ego used to be way bigger, and I had to be humbled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's, God works in mysterious ways, right?
Yeah.
And he fucking sat you down.
Oh yeah. He stripped everything. He said, build it again, but this time better.
He said, let you know, hey, you're building it up, but it was the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly.
And, I've always like had a strong belief in God. I always knew there was a God. I always believed that there was a God. But I always questioned it, right? There was always these questions. And then you come to realize, like, only a fool asks for signs. I used to be like, God, if you're real, like, when I was a little kid, right? But it's like, now it's like, there's so many things that have happened in my life where it was a negative outcome. And I found the positive in it. I found, like, the last episode I talked about me getting a DUI in 2019. I was going down a fast road of neglecting my wife after we got married, and wanting to be with the bros and wanting to go out and wanting to try to get attention and be like the center of attention. I was actually trying to make the jump to the enforcement side. I actually did get hired, and the academy was about to start in a month, and I got a DUI a month before the academy started. I was already hired on, had a position in the academy. And looking back, I had never had anything taken from me that I worked for in my life. And I worked for everything, right? I've always worked for everything to earn it. And I earned that, and it was taken from me. And I'm like, all right. But if I would have went to the academy, maybe I would have got divorced. If I would have went to the academy, we wouldn't have bought the house. If I didn't go to the academy, I wouldn't have went to counseling to get help for myself to understand the scars that I had from childhood. and from my upbringing. If I wouldn't have got that DUI, there would have been a lot of different things that happened.
Yeah. You'd be in a totally different spot.
Mm-hmm. And I look back and I'm grateful that happened, as crazy as it sounds.
Yeah.
But I needed to be humbled. I needed to be slowed down. I needed to be stopped because I was dancing with the devil, and you could only dance with the devil for so long until that catches up to you.
Yeah. You said something right now that, a lot of people are afraid to engage in, and that's counseling, like therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I go to therapy,
Yeah.
but like a lot of people like frown upon that, especially in our field. They're like, dude, like we see some stuff, like we do some stuff, like, and it's good
not
to have,
normal.
no, it's good. No, dude, not at all. Like I want to say like the average person has like 3 traumatic experiences in their entire life. Like I'm getting 3 in the first hour.
Yeah.
You know? Like what?
And one of them spilling your energy drink.
Yeah, that's the worst one, dude. So yeah, no, props to you, dude. Cause a lot of people like, oh, I don't need that.
Yeah.
I'm a man. Like, no, dude, it's cool, dude.
No, really.
And like mine's good. Like she'll put me in check if I'm like out of line. Like she's about it.
Yeah.
So I keep going back, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I need that. I need that reality check.
No, for real.
Yeah.
Because it's like, even, you could be riding cloud 9 and you could be thinking you're doing everything right. And it's like, it doesn't matter what you think, right? It matters what God sees you're doing. And he knows if you're doing things the wrong way. And you ultimately, like, I'm kind of right in the line on this. Like, I don't know if I should keep doing this. And as for me, right, I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this. And I know the difference between what's good and what's bad, right? And I don't want to portray a picture of me that is like, oh, I'm perfect. I'm fucking changing my life. I've never had hiccups. I'm just doing this now because of what it is. And I feel like me expressing myself in the ways that I have been, it's like taking those weights out of a backpack and it's like letting me walk freely,
Yeah, I love that.
It's like, it's just giving me closure on things that the people that are close to me have already known all these details, right? But it's like for the people that don't, that have been seeing my videos, are like, oh, who's this fucking goofball? Like that thinks he's somebody. It's like, I've also thought that about people. I've also had major hiccups in my life, my marriage, my career. And I'm just here to try to help you understand that, like, if there's anything that I could do for you to help, I'm here and I'm open-minded. And I've heard a lot. I've seen a lot with the coworkers that I've been around, good and bad. And, I'm just trying to build everybody up where as much as I can, no negativity. And I just want to boost everyone, to the full potential that they have,
Yeah, no, that's how it should be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, negativity spreads faster than positivity. So you gotta be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I want to say, like, I came across something on Instagram again. Like you walk into a perfume store, you don't buy any perfume, but you come out smelling like perfume.
Yeah.
You become what you surround yourself with.
Mm-hmm. No,
so
for sure.
It's huge.
And I think like envy and jealousy is something that, like, if I get a sense of that from anybody, I'm kind of like, I don't want to be around that,
Yeah.
Talking down on others, like, I'm not really a fan of that at all. And like we were talking before, it's like with these Sunday workouts, is if we could get someone to come out there and get more confidence in themselves and keep building off of that to win, to build and stack their wins. That's what we need. We don't need people, coming out and be like, oh, hurry up, you're fucking slow. So a lot of the workouts are, they're like as many reps as you could do for 10 minutes. And someone's going to do 1,000 reps and someone's going to do 10 reps. But we all finish in that 10 minutes and we're all working side by side for that 10 minutes. And I always tell people that we're not training for the CrossFit Games. We're not training we're not training for the next competition of some crazy sort, right? We're here to get better, and it takes baby steps for some people, and it takes you know, maybe this is an easy workout for others. But what matters is that we're getting after it next to each other for the same amount of time, and we're all enjoying it as a group, you know?
Yeah. You're training to be better than you were yesterday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's all you could do. Right?
Yeah. That's the goal.
It's like, hey, and even if you don't get 100% of it out of yourself, if you put in that 30%, it's still better than that 0% day.
Yeah. If all you have is 30% and you give 30%, you give 100.
100, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Just do what you can, and just know that you're doing it for the good of, you know, everything that you have that is relying on you.
Yeah. Yeah. Spot on, dude.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
But that's cool, man. Instagram hated on me today.
What do you mean?
Not Instagram, but I asked, like, I was like, oh, I want to do this new segment of the social media questions. And
nobody
and
piped up.
I had like 2 people ask a question, and it was the same thing, and you already answered it on your story yesterday. But it's like there's some things that you don't want to talk about, but it's like, what's the craziest thing? It's always what's the craziest thing you've been on, right? But I enjoyed that spike strip story.
Oh, dude. And so being on the streets, so like when you are going somewhere, because I've now worked in 3 different counties. When you are going somewhere, like you will see something where you did something, and like you get those flashbacks. So whenever I'm passing the red barn, I imagine all 4 of my tires getting blown out.
Even in a regular car.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Or like the other one I think I talked about, or maybe I did the high speed chase. We chased a dude up to Morgan Hill one day in a stolen car. So whenever I'm passing Tenant, I'm always like, oh, this is where we did the high risk stop, dude. You know, or like when I'm getting off 25 to 101, like that's where they hit him with the spikes, and I watched it, and like he fishtailed, and like he got it together, and he rolled all the way to Tenant with only like 3 tires, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
you're like,
yeah. So you'll
try not to close your eyes.
You see stuff like that you experienced that. So, and like there's some areas where like I try not to even drive through anymore.
Yeah.
Just because like I don't want those flashbacks, you know. But yeah, I've experienced some stuff. Some stuff can't talk about.
Yeah.
If you just look on the news from the agencies that I worked at, you will know some of the stuff that I've experienced, like home invasions, like high speed chases, like insane types of stuff, you know, like everything that you see in the movies. Like I've luckily, maybe not even luckily, like you don't want it to happen, but like luckily I've got to experience it and like came out successful. Yeah. But like movie type of stuff, you know, that's why live PD and cops filmed where the areas where I've worked, you know, like because it creates good television. Yeah, exactly. You know,
the stuff that you see that people want to see on TV is actually happening.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of first responders don't get to experience that, which is like a blessing that you guys don't, not you, but like they don't, because like you don't want to live with that. Yeah. It's an adrenaline rush like no other. Like I've never bungee jumped or like jumped out of an airplane or anything like that, but I guarantee you chasing a dude with like fuck the police on his forehead, tatted with a gun in his waistband, running from you through a dark alley that you've never been down. Like I guarantee you that's a bigger adrenaline rush.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And he hits that corner, and all of a sudden you lose eye contact. And it's like, oh, well, do I hit the corner? What do I like?
Yeah, or this dude's waiting for me.
Yeah.
Waiting to blow my chest off. Like,
no, exactly.
Yeah. And then you see it in the movies, and then it's like you see it from a different perspective because people are like, oh yeah, this is fucking great. And you're like, bro, like this could happen to me or my partner any single day, right?
Yeah. No, I've been there.
So with my department, I'm going to give it one more shot to do the enforcement thing.
Bro, I got a spot for you. I got a spot for you, bro.
Shit. The money though, like that's the biggest thing.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the money earlier.
I know, but where I'm at right now is like
it's comfortable.
It's bare minimum, right?
I get it.
But the academy is what is the pay, because even for our academy, I would be taking like a $20 an hour pay cut. But my wife is pushed, like she's like, I was like, I've been hit up by a couple people, and they're like, hey, you want to come in on this spot? Like you've got some time on now. Like, why haven't you been applying for anything? And my wife, and I'm telling my wife like, oh, I could get this new schedule, work 4 10s, be off on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And she's like, but it's not what you want. And I'm like,
yeah.
and she's like, don't settle for something that you're not going to be happy with in the long run. And my wife's, dude, she's fucking, I've like put her on game about so much like different things, but she is like learned. And now she like puts me on game every now and then. She's like, nah, like don't settle for less when you know you want more.
Ooh,
and I'm like,
that's good.
Yeah. And like she's full, because there's a lot of people that make the jump and their spouses aren't supportive, you know, but she knows like she's like, I don't want our babies to hold you back. But look, I got turned down in December. My wife got pregnant the next week.
Oh man.
I got off the phone and I was like, I didn't get it. And she breaks down and starts crying, but babe, what's wrong? I was like, don't cry. Like, don't be upset. Like, this isn't our plan. This isn't in the it's not in the book for right now. She's like, I know, but it upsets me that this is still holding you back. And I'm like, it's not upsetting me, babe. Like, please don't be upset. I'm happy. We're healthy. I have my job still. And I was like, maybe you'll get pregnant sooner than, and she was like, what? I'm like, oh. But my plan was if I was in the academy, we're probably going to try in like July. So it would have been this month. It would have been trying. Cause then it's like, it would have been halfway through the academy, knowing the direction if like, hey, am I going to pass? Am I not? And then, it would have been another April baby, but, things didn't happen that way. And now, the reason I got turned down that I see for the bigger picture is God wanted me to spend time with my son and get to use all of my FMLA and enjoy family time before maybe I buckle up for this next chapter in my life. So
that's fair.
That's I never, some people have been rejected and then they go into this like state of mind, like this fucking department sucks.
Yep.
Fuck these motherfuckers. They don't want me, blah, blah, blah. And then it's just like disgruntled, hate work, hate everything that's paying their bills still.
And then it's like that for the next 20 years.
Yeah. And then they retire and then they die in 2 years or whatever because of all the stress that they've built up over the years.
Yeah.
But so I was a firm believer. I found the message in the rejection again. And I'm going to give it one more shot this December. This would be the ultimate plan. I either get into the academy, I think it would be start June, July. And my wife's like, oh, you'd be in a summer academy. It's going to be hot. And I was like, do you think I give a fuck about how hot it's going to be? If I get my opportunity, I'm going to fucking make the fool of it. Like, I was like, I don't need no fucking gloves to do push-ups on the pavement either. I'll be on there, but that's what it means to me. And she sees that and she continues to push me, to achieve the dreams and aspirations that I have, in my career. And at that point I'll be on for like 9.5 years. And everyone's like, are you going to lose seniority? I'm like, bro, I outwork all these new dudes anyway. It's like, I'm not some slouch anyway. So,
and the turnover rate in law enforcement is like crazy. So even though you're going to lose seniority, like you'll get it back in a year or two. Yeah. It's not a big deal.
And I've built my name.
They're hitting you with just stay comfortable. Just stay comfortable, dude. Like, no, we're not built for comfort, dude. We want more out of life.
Exactly. And that's another thing I want to look back and I want to be able to tell my kids. I would always say my daughter, but now it's going to be 2. I want to be able to tell my kids when everything was perfect and I didn't have to take a risk, I took a risk on myself. And so when you guys think that you guys can't do something, you just remember where the fuck you're from.
Hell yeah, dude.
You remember that last name you wear.
Yeah.
Because I've broke a lot of family curses. I've broke a lot of generational curses with, purchasing homes, having a career, and doing a lot of things that my family had always just been accustomed to doing the same stuff. And I take pride in that. And that's why I'm not lazy at work. That's why I'm trying to be a better person, because that last name, it means a lot to me. And like you had that, I remember I asked you the question and you're like, my dad had interaction with this dude and it trickles down to you. Yeah. And you're like, I never even seen this dude before. But the fact that he has a respect for you because of where you came from and what family you came from, is the ultimate goal for me when my kids are, you know, down the road and they run into somebody that hears that last name and they go, oh, do you know Isaac? Like, are you related to Isaac? I'm like, oh, I'm actually, that's my dad.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Here, what do you need?
Yeah.
Like,
No, exactly. That's huge. Yeah.
so that's what I'm trying to build. Keep my last name strong and keep earning my respect, you know, because it could go way faster than you gain it. So I'm just gonna keep earning it.
No, it's good, dude. You're on the right path.
Thank you.
I love that.
But yeah, if it doesn't work out, the options are definitely going to be open.
I got a spot for you if you need it.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think you'll need it, but it's there. Just one phone call away, dude.
I know. So we'll see. It'll be fun. Whatever happens next is supposed to happen, and I'm trusting in, you know, that.
Yeah, and where I'm at, they're not going to make you work the courts your first 2 years either.
I know. I know. I'm like, you know, a lot of people say the same thing, and I'm like, I know, dang, that sucks. And I've had a lot of the dudes that worked in the jails that made the jump, and they're like, bro, come over. I was like, you don't think I'm fucking trying? You know?
Yeah, like it's up to you, huh?
Yeah, but man, I'm still learning from my mistake, and I take full accountability for it. So I just got to wait for what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, that's huge though, because you can play the victim, like, oh, they should have selected me, even though I had X, Y, and Z in my background. But like, no, you're owning it, leading by example with that.
Yeah,
because like, I mean, that owning something is like, it's a hit to people's ego. Yeah, talking about egos, like people would rather point the finger at somebody else,
deflect.
Yeah, oh, it's their fault it's their fault I got a DUI. Like, no, like,
yeah,
no, it's mine. I'm the only person in control.
Yeah. I did community service. I did I put the hours in working at Goodwill here in town.
Oh yeah.
Seen my wife's aunt come into the store and me have to put my head down and walk the other way. And it was all because of my action though. So
yeah, no. And I bet you that probably sucked seeing that too.
Yeah.
You know
what was good though? The lady tried to hire me there. She's
like,
hey, when you're done with these hours, like, you gonna work for me? And I was like, miss, I really do respect that you want me to work for you, but I actually do have a full-time job. But I put the fucking work in.
No, exactly.
Is someone that's
your role. Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to associate that, but if I wasn't a good worker, do you think the supervisor would be asking me if I wanted a job?
Yeah, no.
And like, it just goes, even if it's the shittiest situation, I'm a make sure that I'm doing it right.
Yeah. Give it 100% effort.
Yep.
Yeah. Cause you're going to be there anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, could I save this to buy it later? And she's like, well, usually not, we're supposed to. I was like, it's $4. It's actually these, see those gym things? Oh, the little, the feet.
What is that?
So on top of it, it's like a foot panel to go under the rack, so it's not like slipping.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's these little sticky pads on there, and I'm like, oh, I need it to be a little bit thicker, so I bought those sticky pads there. They're still working.
Oh, there you go, dude.
But yeah, there's those times definitely. I talked about it in a couple of videos that I posted. It's like admitting and seeing it for what it is, and just building off of that. It's like it's unfortunate, but it's fun to know that I'm just gonna keep putting my head down and working.
Yeah,
because everyone that all my supervisors are like, "What the? Oh, you're gonna get it?" I'm like, and then I told them, they're like, "Bro, what the?" So it is what it is. The backgrounds lady, she probably didn't think that what she was telling me I would remember. And I remember before I got off the phone, she told me she was going to retire this year. And this was in December. I said, well, I hope you enjoy the last year of your career. And I hope you have a great retirement and you've earned it. And I hope that you enjoy retirement just as much as you did as your career. And she's like, oh my God, like she's like, I feel so bad. I'm like, it's not, it's what you you had to do, and it's
Yeah.
like you're the messenger, and there's no grudge there.
Yeah,
And
no, it's her job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to take out the people that you don't believe earned the spot at that time, and I wasn't qualified for it at that time.
Yeah.
So no hard feelings. And it just, there's no, like, I swear I preach this, and I don't know if you believe me or if you don't, but I know how I feel about it is like, if you're in a negative situation, being negative, what is it going to do for you except anything but make it worse?
Yeah, exactly.
So
you got to make the most out of every situation.
Yeah.
No matter how bad it is.
Mm-hmm. It's just the cards that you're dealt, you got to play, and you better play it right. And if you don't play it right, we're just going to learn and we're going to play again, but
yeah, I like it.
So what about this baseball stuff? You give me on one of your teams?
Oh, can you still play or what?
No.
Oh man, we got adult leagues in Seaside. We got 2 30 and over leagues and then an 18, and they all go back to back. So play year round pretty much.
Nice.
And then because of my baseball journey, made a lot of connections, and I actually play with San Francisco PD's baseball team.
Yeah.
And so like a lot of the big like fire and police agencies across the country will have like teams such as San Francisco. And I'm the only guy who's never worked for San Francisco on the team.
Oh, okay.
So it's cool.
Yeah.
It's like representing something way bigger than me. And like we travel, we'll usually do like a tournament in California,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll do one like somewhere in the country.
That's cool.
So like in a couple months, we're going to Florida.
Nice.
Yeah. But it's cool because you're making connections all throughout the country for like police and fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like some of these dudes are still good, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like you can tell that like, like fire, they work like one day and get like 30 days off.
And they're just hammered. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, you can tell that they still practice like on their days off, or probably even at the station.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, they're still throwing like high 80s, low 90s, it's like insane.
They're either making food or they're hitting some BP.
Exactly, dude. Like living the dream.
I know, right? My one of my best friends, he works for San Mateo Fire, and this dude's cut like fucking Traeger.
Oh yeah,
6 racks of ribs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I come here, I just working on. I'm like, you're getting better at barbecuing than I am.
Yeah, exactly,
man.
dude. That's
And you're getting paid to do it.
They have a good gig, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wouldn't trade it. Trade it. There was a time where I wanted to be a firefighter.
Yeah.
And then I applied with Sunnyvale because they do both.
Yeah.
And they make bank. And that was when I was young. I was like 22.
Yeah.
And I made the B band, so I got passed up because they only took like A bands. And so I was like, I'm gonna go be a cop, and then I'll work my way into Sunnyvale.
Yeah.
And I could be a firefighter, And then I got my first foot chase in like week 4 of FTO.
This is it.
And hit some fences. Dude's running, reaching for his waistband. Like, bro, this is sick. Like, and then you see fire, like they respond to like people with high blood pressure, and like the person who like fell and like stubbed their toe, and it's like that's not fun.
Yeah.
So
or you looked at your FTO and your FTO was like, see, or you could be one of those hosers and staging 4 blocks down the way.
Yeah, the second responders, dude. Yeah. No, love for the firefighters. I appreciate you guys, but no, it's I'm glad I made the right decision.
Do you know a lot of the dudes here in town?
I know. Well, dude.
Like, do you know Dariano? And do you know
I know Dariano,
Roberts?
and yes,
Okay.
I went to GAF with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So they were like 4 years older than me. But I just did a golf tournament with for the Hollister Fire.
Okay.
With Matt Dariano, which is Dariano's younger brother, and then Jeff Roberts was on our team too.
Yeah. And like going back to like working here, it was cool because like 80% of the first responders here are like homegrown.
Yeah.
And so like I remember my first shooting, it was like 6 months in, and we don't get a lot of shootings here, but it was like, I showed up and it's like 3 cops from our agency that are homegrown, 3 deputies that are homegrown, and the whole fire rig all homegrown. It's like reunion, dude. Like this is sick. Like we're all giving back to our community. Like this is badass, dude. So it was a cool experience.
And that's like you see stuff like that in movies, and then you come to like the small towns, and then you come like, damn, it could be real,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just unfortunate that things don't work out.
Yeah.
For the right reasons that whatever it was is just not meant to work.
Yeah, no, hey, things happen for a reason, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then look at you.
Yeah.
Thriving.
I've never been happier in my career. Yeah.
And that's in our, like we've been saying, it's like in this career, it's like, if you're happy, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's easier to go to the negative side than it is.
Oh yeah.
To stay positive.
It translates to the rest of your life.
Yeah. I feel like I've been super like positive my whole career. Fortunately enough, like I've been having a great time. I still fuck around. People are like, what the hell? And then like when shit gets real, obviously it's like, I'm there. I'm like, I'm about it, but it's like, I'm still having a fun time, you know, being the goofy, funny coworker that is making sure everyone's having a good time, or trying to at least, or like, why are you being a grump, bro? Just fucking smile a little. And they're like, oh.
Like, you got to remember it's fun, dude. If you're not having fun, like, go do something else.
Yeah. Like, what's the point?
And then, like, I mean, you think about like people who are like, who don't get this experience because of something they did. Yeah. And it's like, dude, I'm super thankful that I get to do this every day, you know? Cause like people would dream of, they would give a lot to do this, except they made one bad mistake.
And now, this is completely off of the table for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to remember that sometimes.
But that's cool. And like that networking with law enforcement, like as cliche as it is, like you could go somewhere and be like, oh, I work for that, like this department in California. And then people are like, oh shit. Yeah. Like we're hiring over here. Like, how long you been over there? Like how long, like X, Y, and Z. And you get into like that small, it like opens the door, right, for them to be like comfortable to talk to you.
Yeah.
And especially when you're around sports, then you see all the athletes that got hurt maybe, or that just things didn't pan out. And then they ended up, doing the law enforcement or fire thing. And you're like, damn, there's a lot of athletes that are in these departments, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
it's cool. Cause like they understand the team concept.
Mm-hmm.
You don't got to teach it because they get it. Yeah.
And that was the coolest thing. Cause everyone would say that when you first got hired, and then you really do see like that locker room is like, all right, cool. We got shit talkers, and then we got the bench warmers, and then we got the starters, and then, we got the stay quiet guys, we got the loud guys, and then we got our coaches, and it's a cool, like, it's a whole well-rounded, like, it's a good place to be as a former athlete. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. As close. I mean, I've never done anything else, but I feel like it's as close as you get.
Yeah.
To sports that aren't sports.
The team aspect. And yours, how many people are on a shift for you guys?
5, except for Graves is 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, not that many, but more than my last agency and less than my first agency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eggs and Salinas, how many?
When I was there, it was 12 minimums.
Oh, okay.
But like
you'd be running at 10s.
We would have an overlap day, like every third Friday or something like that. And like you would have both sides of the week working, which is like anywhere from 24 to 28 bodies. Yeah. And then you have like swings and Graves overlap. So add in another 20 plus bodies. Bro, we would run out of cars. Yeah. On Friday nights. And it was like, bro, it was insane, dude. Yeah. So many cops. But it's needed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
See, that's like in the jails, the response time is like 20 seconds. And we're short at 40 people. But yeah.
That's a lot of people, but still not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know sometimes we're like, fuck, we can't do this, X, Y, and Z, But yeah, it's like my the dorm, it's like you could program a full dorm of 63 people to one deputy. Oh wow. Yeah. That's like the
Is that max. Safe?
That's like the max. No. Yeah. But I always tell these dudes, I'm like, hey, I already know I'm gonna lose. I already know that I could admit I'm gonna lose, but I'm gonna take like 2 or 3. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? We didn't even say. I'm like, I know, I'm just letting you guys know. Yeah. They're like, you're crazy. Yeah. But no, that's pretty crazy to think, because you talk to a lot of people, and some people have trouble just talking to like 4 people, Yeah. And then we just got a bunch of dudes that have nothing to lose to, a bunch of murder charges. Yeah. And they're just, I'm like, here, take your breakfast, man. Yeah. Like, enjoy the TV or go work out, And I'm talking shit to these dudes like, all right, you guys are barely working out. You guys are huffing and puffing. You guys worked out for 10
Oh,
minutes, you
man.
know? And then, but I always was like, if you're going to talk shit about burpees and pull-ups, better be able to do them.
Oh yeah.
So I'll be out there busting out,
You hit it with them?
sets of 10. No, not with them.
Oh.
I'll be like, hey, stand over there. I'm like, I'll do 10 pull-ups, no problem. They're like, bullshit. And I'll have my gear on.
Yeah.
And I'll do it. And then they get all hyped. They're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
he's doing it.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then I'm like, see, I was like, you guys think I'm playing, man. I'll blap you guys some burpees too.
Oh man.
And then, cause some people are like, oh, that's a like an inmate workout. I'm like, well,
It's a workout.
then do it.
Yeah.
Or you can't do it.
Yeah.
Like if these non-jump burpees bother you so much, why aren't you, if they're easier, why aren't you doing them?
Yeah.
You're not doing the other burpees either.
Yeah. Exactly.
But no, I don't. I try not to get all right. I'm like, I'm just kidding. We could do it. I'm not trying to be an asshole.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good, man. I feel like we've had a pretty good conversation about a lot, and then we're barely scratching the surface. Like everyone that comes here is like, oh, that's the first episode, bro.
No, this
like,
is fun, dude.
yeah.
This is fun. There's a lot.
So whatever you need and you getting yours started, I'm here. As much as I know, which is not a lot, I'll freaking shoot it to you too.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. This is a cool experience because this is the most. Because I've been on a couple podcasts, but this is the most set up that I've seen one.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm the last one we talked about it too. I guess the cat's out of the box, but I'm gonna try to get the sheriff on here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on an email right now that I'm gonna send over. But now I'm gonna have 7 episodes, so I'm gonna have a little bit of backstory, like, hey, this is what I'm about. And he is an awesome dude. Like, I don't know if you saw the story I reposted of him today, but he just turned 64, and he was like, I'm out here running miles. We did 1K sprint segments, and then we did push-ups and air squats and pull-ups and stuff. And I'm like, dude, this dude's leading by example, right?
That's awesome.
He's been very big about pushing wellness. So we have a wellness coordinator, and he sends out emails every Friday to the whole department, highlighting people for events, as well as events coming up, and then what stories he may have throughout the week about maybe what he told the board of supervisors about the department, or what he's working on to get for us. But he's been a pretty cool sheriff, and he's really about just being better and showing up. So I think he would be all for it, and hopefully he does. And if not, then we'll work on the next guest.
But at least you shot the shot, dude.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So I'm almost done with that email. I'm gonna have my wife, that is the educated one, proofread it and make some edits, and with these episodes out, shoot it out, because it's been 3 months, and this will be the 7th episode, so going at a pretty decent pace.
No, it's good. And going back to the sheriff thing, you make the attempt, and worst case scenario, you're in the same spot you already are.
Yeah, exactly.
You have nothing to lose.
Yeah. So,
and that goes for all of life too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you didn't get it. You're still in the same spot that you were.
Exactly.
You're not any worse.
Grateful and blessed.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what comes about with that. But I want to, I know some people are like, are you only going to have law enforcement? I'm like, that's just it's the fun stories, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's the war stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see, just to let people see the other side of it too, right?
Yeah.
We are someone, my buddy that came over today, he was like, it's cool to see all these dudes that come up that are cops or deputies, and you see the other side of them, and you realize that they are human.
Yeah.
They're just humans that are.
We're regular people. I just wear a badge and have to hold people accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to come home to our families, and we're trying to, we're paying the bills with a job that we, earned.
Yeah. So, if people really knew what we do, like people call me in their worst case scenarios to help them problem solve their way out of it.
Yeah.
It's not all arresting people and stuff. I'm here to be a second brain to help you brainstorm on how we can solve this problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not all just tickets and arresting people. that's a small percent of the job.
Yeah. It's just for the good of people.
Yeah.
And it's those bad apples that ruin that perception for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. And that goes in every career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just not blown up as much.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
But that's cool. Hometown hero, man. Appreciate you for coming over here. And I'm sure it is just the start of our friendship. So I appreciate you taking the time out of your night to come over here and bullshit with me.
Dude, I've been waiting for this opportunity, dude.
I've told you though.
Yeah,
right?
I know. You're like, I'm going to get you on. I'm like, bro, just send the invite already.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't pass this up, dude. This is a huge honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just building up the courage even to ask you, you're a fucking,
What?
you're an animal. You're an animal in its
Bro,
own.
you DM me all the time, dude.
It's different though. It's different.
Oh, man.
But, no, this is cool. Like we finally come together and it's the first time of us meeting and, this is to a lifelong friendship, hopefully. So
hell yeah.
Appreciate you again. Yeah. Is there anything that you want to say, like a final message, a little send off that you have that you'd want to tell people?
Oh, I wasn't expecting that, dude. Or I would have came with some fire.
Or some shouts out.
Now you put me on the spot. I don't know. Oh man, just be good. Be good. Be a good person. Make good choices. Take care of your people. Check in on your people. Yeah, that's about it, dude.
That's right. Well said.
Yeah. Next time I'll bring the fire for episode 2. I'll come prepared for that question, dude.
All right. Well, I mean, like I said, it's just better. Like it's a whole different aspect of talking, right? It's like you talk, listen to the answer. I talk, listen to the answer, and it's vice versa. And it's a cool dynamic. Like this podcast stuff is a cool dynamic of conversation. Because, sometimes you'll go out or even at work if you're trying to talk and everyone's trying to talk or like, oh, listen to my story, blah. But it's like, it's cool because I'm very interested in hearing your story and hearing your answers of stuff. And it's all free flowed. And I think that's the coolest thing that I've been trying to keep going is just like genuine conversation, real conversation. And I feel like we didn't have a hiccup and it's been 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that long.
And it feels like it.
Yeah.
It's not even that long.
Just holding the conversation.
Yeah.
Rare these days.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, well, we could text on a podcast, right? Like we could. And that's my coolest thing about using the phone as a camera. I just didn't look at my phone for 2.5 hours,
Yeah.
And it's good because that's what men need. I think that's what everyone needs, but men even more is real life conversations, not this AI generated web stuff over and over and over.
Yeah, and also like a good group of people to surround yourself with, such as your what do you call it on Sundays? The men's group or whatever?
Our Train Hard Men's
Train Hard
Club.
Yeah, like dude, you got to have a good group of people around you to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you have too much free time as a man, like you start doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeking the attention where it shouldn't be fulfilled.
Yeah.
All right. One more thing. What is a win you've had in the last month?
A win that dude, every day I wake up.
That's
the biggest win, dude.
Something you're proud of yourself for in the last month then.
Oh man. I just had my 6-year alive anniversary.
What day was that?
That was July 10th.
Okay.
Yeah. And I remember studying, we didn't even brush on that topic. Studying that when I was in the hospital, and I came across an article that says like 90% of people or something like that, like some outrageous percent will pass away within 5 years of this illness.
And 6.
And I made 6, and I am like better than ever.
Thriving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Just
congrats to you.
Defeating the odds.
So are you 6 years old? Do you count like you?
Well, no, because I have the same heart. Otherwise, I was supposed to get a heart transplant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then that would have been.
Dang, yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
Next episode.
You gotta have me on again, dude.
Yeah.
I'm giving you just enough to where you gotta bring me back on, dude.
Peek.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That's good, bro.
Yeah,
I'm glad to hear that.
Huge win though, like because there was a time where I didn't think I was gonna I was going to make it out of the hospital.
Like a realistic thought that was going through your head. Like, damn, is this it?
Yeah. Like I was just happy to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, and again, what God gives, he can also take, and
Yeah.
damn right he did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But now look at you thriving
Yeah.
on the podcast.
On the podcast.
Ready for
dude.
episode 2. But man, okay. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate your wins. And we're going to keep stacking those wins daily.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And,
Hey, little wins create momentum, dude.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And we're going to stack that wall. It's going to be pretty tall.
Hell yeah.
All right, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
My dog.
Yeah.
Shoot, that was a good little epi.
That was fun, dude. That was fun.